The success against them in the last couple of years that he had previously, since he has not won a ball game against the New York Mets since 1984. That's the last time he picked up a win against New York. So Ryan's got something to prove. And, of course, coming off that elbow injury, he limited his pitches throughout the second half of the year in order to be ready for the playoffs. There's no limitation on him now. There wasn't in the first game at the Astrodome when he started. He'll throw as long and as hard as he can, benefited by the fact that in this series they're able to put Jim DeShays in the bullpen and have the left-hander along with the rest of their bullpen staff ready to pitch in this ball game if the need arises. So with that stage setting, you got a couple of good ones. One of the real veterans, great ones, Nolan Ryan, 39 years old, and on the other side of the coin, 21-year-old Dwight Gooden, who has an 8-1 record against the Houston Astros. He had beaten them 2 times during the course of this season. Gooden on the year now against Houston has pitched 30 innings and given up 6 runs on 23 hits, striking out 17 and walking 11. That does include that first game that he pitched in this series. He finished the regular season with a 1.96 ERA against the Houston Astros. So we are ready to go as the field is set. The ball players obviously anxious, and Bob Murphy, incredibly, we are going to get this ball game underway.
Right now it is 1:27 in the afternoon. Fans are really flocking down the subway ramp and making their way now to Shea Stadium. I believe by the 3rd inning the ballpark will be almost full. Billy Doran will lead off against Dwight Gooden. Doran, a switch hitter, the second baseman, went 0 for 3 against the Doctor last Wednesday night in the Astrodome. The windup by Gooden, the first pitch of the day, a fastball for a strike call. And our game is underway at 1:27. Billy Doran, the leadoff batter, 3 for 16 in this league championship series. Ray Knight into the grass at third to guard against the bunt threat. And Gooden will look in now to Gary Carter. Game 5 of the league championship series. Swing and a miss. Curveball by Dwight Gooden. And a 2-strike count on Billy Doran. As Met fans know, Dwight lost to Mike Scott 1-0 in Houston. Now the 2-strike delivery, high and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the infield, Keith Hernandez playing first. Wally Backman is at second. Rafael Santana is short, and Ray Knight is playing third. Mookie Wilson in left field. Foul ball over into the Astro dugout. Boy, he hit a wicked shot into the dugout. Lenny Dykstra in center field for New York. And Darryl Strawberry is around at right. This is the lineup the Mets prefer to have on the field. They feel they are a better hitting ball club against a right-hander than a left-hander. Gooden with a count of 1-2 on Billy Doran, and the pitch on the way. Outside high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The catcher is Gary Carter. Counting his 1-0 loss. Dwight is 8-2 against the Astros lifetime. He got his very first major league win against the Astros in the Astrodome. Dennis Menke coaching third for Hal Lanier. Matt Galani on the lines at first. Now the 2-2 delivery, ball 3, high outside. Well, Dwight had a 2-strike advantage, but has lost that now. The count has gone to 3-2 on Billy Doran. Billy Hatcher, the center fielder, is on deck. And then Denny Walling. 3-2 delivery. Ground ball hit over towards second base. Big hop for Wally Backman to Hernandez, 1 down. So Dwight made a good pitch on 3-2. And Billy Doran grounds out, 1 out and nobody on. Now the center fielder, Billy Hatcher. Hatcher, a right-hand batter, hit .258 during the regular season. 3 for 15 with 3 stolen bases in the league championship series. He adds a lot of speed to the Astro attack. Right-hand hitter, Billy Hatcher. The pitch by the Doctor. Strike call to the outside corner. The plate umpire from Asheville, North Carolina, the country western singer, Joe West. Fred Brocklander, the umpire at first. Doug Harvey at second. And Lee Wire is at third. Frank Pulley on the left field line. Dutch Rennert on the right field line. Ground ball slowly hit towards second. Wally Backman snags it to Hernandez. 2 down. 2 ground ball outs. 2 outs and nobody on. Now Denny Walling will be coming up. It is not raining at the moment. Leaden gray overcast sky. It looks like it could pour at almost any moment. The lights are on, and the lights are sorely needed here this afternoon. It is warm. The game time temperature 68 degrees. Now Denny Walling, the third baseman. Denny was 0 for 4 against Dwight Gooden in the 1-0 game in the Astrodome last Wednesday night. Glenn Davis was the tormentor of Dwight Gooden in that ball game with his second inning home run. Now the doctor winds. The pitch on the way. Had him tied up, but it missed low inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Gooden worked 7 innings last Wednesday night. Allowed 1 run and gave up 7 hits. The only run of the ball game, the home run by Glenn Davis. Let's have the outfield around to right. Ground ball hit hard toward the hole. Backman diving, knocks it down, no play. That'll be a base hit for Denny Walling. Normally, Wally would have had that. He made a dive, and he had it in his glove, but it didn't stick. It rolled out. By the time he could get up and pick it up, too late, and Walling is on with a base hit.
The ball hard, got a real good thunk out of that one when it came off the wood. Wally did well to get over, hit off the heel of his glove, rolled behind him about 5 feet into the outfield, and no chance at first base.
Now the cleanup batter, Glenn Davis. 31 homers, 101 RBIs during the season. 4 for 14 in the league championship series. And it was Davis, of course, who hit the home run into the center field seats of the Astrodome for the only run of the game. Now the stretch by Dwight Gooden, and a high fly hit fairly deep to right. Strawberry going back at the edge of the warning track, makes the catch, and the side has been retired. Boy, when Davis hits it, he really has pop in his bat. That ball carried all the way to the warning track. No runs, a hit, and a man left on in the middle of inning 1 at Shea Stadium.
Thorne Betty, one of the doctors of HIP. Dr. Betty, I understand you're also an assistant clinical professor of pediatrics, as well as recruiting doctors for HIP. What kind of doctors do you look for?
I'm looking for technically well-trained, dedicated physicians, and I'm finding them. The physicians that are joining HIP are the best trained and the finest physicians that the medical schools are turning out in the United States.
And now the most important question. What does all this mean to the HIP patient?
It means to the patient that they now have the best doctor to deliver the best health care.
With the attention of doctors like these, at HIP you'll find a doctor you can call your own. Just ask at work about HIP's health plan for Greater New York.
Lenny Dykstra will lead off against 39-year-old Nolan Ryan for the Express, his 19th year in the major leagues. Nolan Ryan into his windup, and the pitch on the way. Caught the inside corner, strike 1 call. Truly remarkable, Nolan Ryan, the man who is baseball's all-time strikeout king. A man who has authored 5 no-hit ball games. Now Ryan will look into Alan Ashby. The pitch on the way. Curveball in for a strike call. Nolan Ryan, now 39 years old, and still, after all the amazing innings that he has worked over 19 years, his fastball, known as Ryan's Express, will get up to 96 or 97 miles per hour. He won't throw it that hard every pitch, but he can get 2 or 3 for you every half inning. Now Ryan into his windup, the pitch. Fastball outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lenny Dykstra, 5 for 14 in league championship play, including the dramatic game-winning home run in Game 3. Now Ryan with that smooth motion. Around comes the arm, just outside. Oh, he threw that one hard. Fastball just missing outside. Ryan has such great pitching mechanics. Over the 19 years, he's had very few arm problems. He said he learned the good mechanics in the early days with the Mets from Tom Seaver. Now the wind-up 2-2 delivery, and a foul ball back upstairs and out of play. Wally Backman waiting on deck, and then Keith Hernandez. The Mets have done well, however, against Nolan Ryan. Nolan 0-3 against New York this season. Now lifetime against the Mets, Ryan is 6-6. Mets have made a good comeback against Nolan Ryan. Nobody on, nobody out. Last of inning 1. Now the pitch on the way. Strike 3, caught the outside corner. Dykstra called on strikes. We'll pause for station identification on the New York Mets Baseball Network. Bob Murphy with Gary Thorne. We're underway in Game 5 of the LCS here at Shea Stadium. Lenny Dykstra, the leadoff batter, took a call, third strike. Now the hitter is Wally Backman. Wally 3 for 14 of the LCS. Taking his time, getting set in the batter's box against Nolan Ryan. Walling in close at third. Fastball, strike 1 call. Against the table setters, Dykstra and Backman. Throughout the series, Hal Lanier has had both his first baseman and his third baseman playing in on the grass to cut off that threat of a bunt for a base hit. The 1-strike delivery, low inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. So it's Glenn Davis at first, Billy Doran playing second, Craig Reynolds is short, and in close at third, Denny Walling. Jose Cruz at left. The center fielder, Billy Hatcher, rather shallow and over to left center against Wally Backman. The right fielder, a speedster, is Kevin Bass. The veteran catcher, Alan Ashby, is behind the plate. Ryan with a count of 1-1. Fastball, strike call. He threw awfully hard the first 4 innings against the Mets in the Thursday night game in the Astrodome. Then he seemed to lose a little velocity, and the Mets started to time him much better. They wound up winning 5-1 behind Bobby Ojeda. 1-2 delivery, just missing, 2-2. On the coaching lines at third, Buddy Harrelson, and on the lines at first base, Bill Robinson. The center fielder, Tommy Agee, and the right fielder, Ron Swoboda of the 1969 World Championship team. Here today, watching the ball game, they had the honor of throwing out the first ball. Now Backman cocks the bat. The pitch on the way, foul back, no play. And it looks like Nolan's going to start off with good velocity once again.
There's nothing wrong with that arm when he's not tired or the elbow isn't bothering him. The first 3-4 innings of a ball game in particular, he can strike out the side just like he always has.
It was remarkable. He went on the disabled list on the 2nd of June with a tender elbow. He would spend another 2-week period on the DL. But altogether, after that, he won 9 and lost only 2. 2-2 to Wally Backman. And the pitch on the way, just missing. Ball 3, 3-2. Nolan Ryan is the king in baseball history in striking out batters. Steve Carlton is second. Tom Seaver is third. Only a few years ago, it looked like the old record would stand for a long, long time. Strike 3, Backman is called out. So both Dykstra and Backman at the top of the order have been called out.
First baseman, Keith Hernandez.
The big train, Walter Johnson, with 3,500 strikeouts, was at the top of the hill among baseball pitchers in the history of the game for so many years. But then Carlton and Ryan went storming by, and later Tom Seaver. 2 outs, nobody on, no score, last of inning 1. Here's Keith Hernandez. Keith 5 for 15 of the series. Batted .310 during the regular year. And a fastball strike on the inside corner at the knees. Great location on that fastball by Nolan Ryan.
He is popping Alan Ashby's catcher's mitt. You could hear it all the way up here to the press box.
He is very strong, and he is very accurate. And he has a great curveball to go with that fastball. And the pitch to Keith, a swing and a foul tip. And a 2-strike count. Mets so desperately need to win this game. If they lose today, they go back to Houston, trailing 3-2. The Astros will have the home court advantage. Both teams did awfully well at their own ballpark this year. The Mets at Shea won 55 games. The Astros in Houston won 52 ball games. They did what you have to do to win, played well on the road, and played great in their own ballpark. Now Hernandez behind on the count. Two-strike delivery by Nolan Ryan. Ryan's express, a drive in the air to right center. Coming in. Bass makes the catch, and that retires the side. He must have hit that one down toward the end of the bat. A sinking line drive picked off by Kevin Bass, and the Mets are out 1-2-3. At the end of one inning at Shea Stadium, the Mets nothing and the Astros nothing. At 4 for 9 during the regular season, so right fielder Kevin Bass, a tough one for the doctor. It'll be Bass, Jose Cruz, and Alan Ashby. Leaden gray overcast sky. The lights are on. No rain falling at the moment. Gooden siding in, and a fastball down the middle. Strike one call. You talk about two fastballers on the mound, Dwight Gooden and Nolan Ryan. Gooden becoming the only pitcher in baseball history to fan 200 or more in each of his first 3 years. The pitch to Kevin Bass, changeup off the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Mets playing the infield, a step to right, and Lenny Dykstra a couple of strides to right center. Nobody on, nobody out, and no score. Top of the second inning at Shea Stadium. 1-1 delivery, curveball hit on the ground slowly. It'll go foul down the first baseline. Picked up by Brooklyn-born Matt Galani on the coaching lines at first. And the count is 1-2 on Kevin Bass. It is good to have it underway. And actually, it's comfortable at the stadium right now. Just a very few umbrellas have been opened up, but not many. I don't think it's raining at all right now. Just maybe a little mist in the air. Rhythmic clapping of the crowd. Still an awful lot of no-shows. They'll be coming along, I believe, as the game goes. The 1-2 pitch. Foul ball hit down the left field line. No play. Mookie racing toward the line, but that'll go into the crowd. And the count holding at 1-2 on Kevin Bass. The Red Sox and the Angels play tonight at Fenway Park in Boston. They've had bad weather up there today, but they think they'll be able to play. Oil Can Boyd will pitch for Boston, and Kirk McCaskill for California. The Red Sox have to win in order not to be eliminated. The 1-2 delivery, curve, and it just missed. Looked like a good pitch by Dwight Gooden. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kevin Bass. Dwight had said that early on in this ball game, he knows he needs to establish his curveball. He has to get it over to help his fastball. Curveball hit hard, base hit through the middle. Good timing that time by Kevin Bass. Doctor came right back with another curveball. Bass timed his swing just right and hit it right back through the box. Yep. He is a good young hitter.
Bass had guessed on that one and guessed right. He's a very good hitter, and he has good luck against Dog. 3 hits and 5 times up against him now in this series, but he guessed curveball, so he had it lined up.
Now here's Jose Cruz. The veteran outfielder batted .278 during the year. 3 for 15 in league championship play, and he is a real money player. Ray Knight will play on the edge of the grass at third and wide of the bag. Hernandez will hold against Kevin Bass. The one thing we don't know is how slow the running track is, whether or not it will slow down the base stealing game. The Astros have stolen 5 of the series. They have not been thrown out. Bass is a base stealer. Swing and a miss. High hard one to Jose Cruz. And Dwight Gooden turned it up a notch on that delivery. During the year, Jose did not do well against the Doctor. He had 1 hit in 9 times at bat. Veteran outfielder, left-hand batter, Mets play him a stride to right. And we'll keep an eye on Kevin Bass. Hernandez holding against him. Gooden comes to the stop position. And the pitch on the way up high. Fastball way out of the strike zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. During the year, Kevin Bass had 22 stolen bases. Now Jose Cruz looking to Dennis Menke on the coaching lines to third to see whether Hal Lanier might be putting a play on or not. They might very well go to a hit-and-run play. Ideal situation here with Cruz, a left-hand batter up, and a base runner with good speed. How good the footing will be out there, we just don't know at the moment. Throw to first, not in time. He dives back. First base umpire is Fred Brocklander. When assigned to the New York ballpark, it means a trip home for Brocklander, who lives in nearby Kew Gardens. Kevin Bass, the leadoff batter, is on base, top of the second. Now Gooden is ready. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss, throw to first, not in time. High hard one by Dwight Gooden. That was really out of the strike zone. Cruz went after it though, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is a game the Mets feel they must win. They do not want to go back to Houston trailing 3-2. The World Series will get underway Saturday night either in Houston or in New York, depending on which of the 2 teams wins the National League pennant. Gooden again looking in to Gary Carter. Bass, a pretty good lead at first. Draws a throw, gets back to the base. Day game tomorrow in the Astrodome. First pitch at 3:05 New York time. We'll be with you at 2:50 New York time. If it goes to Game 7, I believe that's Friday night. Now waiting on the count, the pitch on the way. Outside high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jose Cruz. Jose Cruz, over the last 15 years, one of the steady outfielders in Major League Baseball. A real Cinderella story with Houston. They originally got him from the St. Louis Cardinals. He played with the Cardinals for 3 years, but never was a regular player. And Houston got him for the waiver price. Then he became a star. Throw to first, not in time. Gooden will give an awful lot of attention to Kevin Bass. This game being so terribly important, every pitch is important in the ball game. And the pitchers must hold the speedy base runners. Nobody out, a runner on first, count 2-2 on Cruz. Now the pitch on the way, the runner goes, line drive, base hit to center field. Bass around second, he'll go on to third, and the Astros have first and third, and nobody out. They had the runner going, they played hit and run, and Jose Cruz singled hard to center field. And now the doctor is in a jam, first and third, and nobody out.
Whether the hit and run was on or not, that's a base hit. In fact, Wally Backman was over to second. That ball was into center field, and a good muscle shot by Cruz, who does have trouble hitting Dwight Gooden. Dwight got in on him, but Cruz just fought it off and hit a pretty good line drive.
Now here's Alan Ashby. And over the years, he has been a real tough hitter for the New York Mets. Ashby won the game against Sid Fernandez with a 2-run homer. He batted .257 during the regular year and .245 as a left-hand hitter. Behind Ashby in the batting order, it is Craig Reynolds. Mets have the infield willing to give a run on a ground ball to try and get a double play and avoid the big inning. So Ashby, batting left-handed, standing in now against Dwight Gooden. Back-to-back singles, first and third, and nobody out. The pitch on the way, and a high pop foul, probably out of play. Mookie and Knight are both on the run, no play. That'll go into the crowd at a count of strike 1.
Talk about ironies. I mean, Ashby hit that one about the first row back, and with those extra seats, you can't get over there. Not that they would have had a play. The other night, he hits that home run after it drops into the first row of those added seats, and a pop-up he would have been out on otherwise.
Irony of ironies. Ashby is the batter. Gooden with a 1-strike count. Dwight obviously in need of a strikeout right here. Left-hand hitters always do a little better than the right-handers against Dwight Gooden. It will not be easy to get a strikeout. Foul ball back. Now he's got a 2-strike advantage. 2-strike advantage on Alan Ashby. First and third, and nobody out. The shortstop, Craig Reynolds, a left-hand hitter, is the on-deck batter. Now Ashby doing a couple of knee bends, trying to get good and loose. Crowd beginning to show their excitement now, with the count going to strike 2 on Ashby, realizing that Gooden is in need of a strikeout at this point. Bass, a very fast runner, is on third. Jose Cruz on first, nobody out. Now the doctor is ready. Here's the pitch on the way, outside. Didn't miss by much. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Crowd still coming down the subway ramp, headed for Shea Stadium. They were waiting to see if there would be a ball game after sitting here in the rain for a couple of hours yesterday. And yes, the game is underway. And yes, the Mets have their backs to the wall right now. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ashby. The pitch up high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dwight trying to get the hitter Ashby to go for a pitch out of the strike zone. He was hoping to take him up the ladder and strike him out. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Santana a stride towards second at double play up. Bass a very fast runner on third. Jose Cruz on first, nobody out. The 1-second stop by the doctor. The pitch. Curve inside, ball 3. They checked the half swing. He held in time. Good. Oh, so close to having him struck out. He broke off a beautiful curveball, but it just missed inside to the left-hand hitter.
It ate him up on that one. An excellent pitch and a great job of hitting by Ashby, because that ball was headed to be a strike right until it got to the front of the plate when it dropped off and in.
Now let's keep an eye on Jose Cruz. Cruz is the runner on first. Bass is on third. Nobody out, and a full count of 3-2 on Alan Ashby. No score, top of the second inning. Gary Carter providing a target. Cruz is not running. The pitch, curve, strike 3. Curve ball, strike 3. 1 man down. That would have been interesting had Cruz been running to see what the Mets would have done, whether Carter would have tried to hit him off or not.
Same pitch, only that time he got it up just high enough and just far enough on the inside part of the plate to get the strike, but he threw 2 magnificent curveballs to Alan Ashby.
Now the hitter is the number 8 batter, Craig Reynolds, the shortstop, a real pro. And he has been damaging to the New York Mets from time to time. He beat Roger McDowell a game with a home run in the bottom half of the 9th inning this summer. He also is a very skillful bunter. And normally you don't think squeeze play this early in the ball game. But in this spot you have Bass, a very fast runner on third. You have the number 8 hitter at the plate. And you don't want to go away empty. The stretch by Gooden. The pitch on the way. Curveball hit at the ground to second. Backman to Santana, 1 to first. Double play. Double play. Big argument at first base. Galante has to throw Reynolds away from Fred Brocklander. Boy, he was charging right at him. 4-6-3 double play. The inning is over, and the Astros do not score. A very close play at first base, and Craig Reynolds went racing right at Brocklander, the umpire. Matt Galante, the coach, grabbed him and just bodily threw him away because he didn't want him thrown out of the ball game. He would have automatically been out had he brushed the umpire. Very close play. It goes in favor of the Mets, and you can see why Hal Lanier is out in the argument. Big double play for New York. No runs, 2 hits, and a man left on. At the end of an inning and a half, no score.
Okay, turn left here.
Oh, no.
What is it?
On the radio.
What?
Another love song. You know, I hate love songs.
Well, since when?
You know, it's love songs that made us what we are today.
Are we there yet?
You mean parents?
Exactly.
Well, it was your idea. Move to the suburbs, get a dog, have kids.
But now, wait a minute. I seem to recall you had some part in that.
Ah, but buying a Mercury was my idea.
Your idea?
Yes.
Hey, come on. I was driving a Mercury before we even met.
Oh, sure, your father's. You had that broken-down old truck.
Ah, yeah.
Anyway, sweetheart, you've got a Mercury now. Just look at this Sable. Your father's car sure wasn't shaped like this. Beauty, brains, and class. I see myself in this car.
Spare me.
You know, this Mercury has everything. What more could we want?
Well, how about a radio that doesn't play love songs?
How about a baby on board sign?
Mom, I'm not a baby.
I'm talking about your father.
Mercury, the shape you want to be in.
1540 WPTI, playing country favorites of yesterday and today.
Didn't dodge a bullet. They dodged a howitzer shot that time. Runners on first and third and nobody out, and the Astros do not score. Now Gary Carter, who's having a woeful series so far, will be standing in against Nolan Ryan. Gary had a big hit off Nolan Ryan in Houston. Ryan winding the pitch, and a foul ball back upstairs and out of play. Gary Carter only 1 hit in 17 times at bat. Astros had a good argument. They argued long and loud. They thought they had the play beaten at first base. So no score, last of inning 2 at Shea Stadium. Ryan was 12-8 on the regular year with 194 strikeouts. He averaged almost 10 a game. Missing low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Nolan Ryan averaged just under 10 strikeouts per game. That's at the age of 39. And Nolan says as long as he feels well, continues to throw this well, he's not thinking about retirement. His 19th year. Ground ball knocked down by Ryan. He'll pick it up. And he throws to first in time for the out. Sharply hit ground ball knocked to the ground by Nolan Ryan. So Ryan has retired the first 4. And Darryl Strawberry will be coming up.
Starting out the same way he did in the second game of the series when he pitched. The Mets did not get a base runner on against him until the 4th inning. He'd set down 10 in a row.
Darryl Strawberry during the year went 2 for 9 against Nolan Ryan and had a home run. Strawberry has not had many hits in the series, but he certainly has had a big one. 3 for 14. One of the 3, a 3-run homer. Now Ryan winding the pitch on the way to Strawberry. And a half swing, he went through it as strike 1. No score last half of the second here at Shea. Crowd still coming in. So many stayed at home waiting to see whether or not the game could be played. The infield and the outfield around to right. Swing and a miss by Strawberry. And Ryan with a 2-strike advantage. Houston had runners on first and third and nobody out. The Mets dodged the bullet. Dwight Gooden fanned Alan Ashby with a great curveball and then got a double play. 2-strike delivery. Strike 3, Strawberry caught looking. Darryl a strikeout victim on a number of occasions in this championship series. 2 down and nobody on, and we pause for station identification on the New York Mets Baseball Network.
The Capital District's AM stereo radio station, 1540 WPTR Albany, the official home of the New York Mets.
Bob Murphy with Gary Thorne. We're in the last of the second, no score. And Mookie Wilson, 2 for 15 batting against Nolan Ryan. Mookie a switch hitter batting left. Fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. Mookie did not have a time at bat during the regular season against Nolan Ryan. Mookie would love to get into one of those hot streaks he's famous for right now. Fastball strike on the outside corner. There's the express. Ryan's express comes at a hitter about 96 miles per hour. He won't keep it up there for the full 9 innings anymore because of a tender elbow. The 1-1 delivery curveball, inside low, 2 balls and a strike. The Astros, no runs on 3 hits. The New York Mets, no runs and no hits. We're the last of the second inning. Game 5 of the League Championship Series. The series tied at 2 games each. Billy Hatcher astride to left center against Mookie. Ryan delivers 2-1. Fastball, a call strike. Boy, he is so fast here right now that the hitters are just puzzled by it. They can't pull the trigger in time.
Mets batters, Mookie Wilson and Darryl Strawberry before him have turned on home plate umpire Joe West, but a lot of those pitches are right down the heart of the plate.
Ryan with a count of 2-2. Alan Ashby providing a target. Ray Knight waiting on deck. Now the pitch on the way. Outside high, ball 3. Full count of 3-2. There was a time in Nolan Ryan's career where he would hurt himself with walks. That has been a lot of years ago. Ryan now has good control. 3-2 delivery by the Express. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Nolan Ryan has fanned 4 in the first 2 innings. He has retired 6 in a row. Mets are gone 1-2-3. At the end of 2 innings at Shea, no score.
Owners of every make of car are here today, right? Okay, the subject is the lifetime service guarantee, the free car repair guarantee that covers thousands of customer-paid repairs for as long as you own your car. Those not eligible, leave this commercial. Let's go Chrysler, Dodge, you imports. Come on, all you GM owners. Who's left?
Ford. Lincoln.
Mercury.
The only ones who can get the value of a lifetime service guarantee. Ask any participating Ford or Lincoln Mercury dealer for a copy, because quality cars deserve quality care.
Lavoris presents Modern Living.
As the commuters swarm on at 42nd Street, suddenly you spot your boss. You duck behind your paper when it happens.
Attention passengers. There is congestion ahead. We hope to be moving shortly.
Oh, no. Now what? Token small talk? Or could you be laying the groundwork for a promotion? Your ticket to the top, the corner office. But you didn't have time to use Lavoris this morning. Oh, no, you have simple chronic halitosis, and this conversation could bring your career to a screeching halt. Hold it. You couldn't have simple chronic halitosis? No way, you are not the type. But then who is? I mean, all it is bad breath that keeps coming back, and just about everybody gets it at one time or another, which is why Lavoris has zinc chloride. One thing proven to neutralize bad breath. One thing Scope and Listerine don't have. Hey, come on, it's up to you. You can use Lavoris, or you can walk to work.
Campbell and Company, mornings on 1540 WPTR, the Met Station.
At Shea Stadium, Game 5 of the LCS. Nolan Ryan comes up for the Astros. Coming up to tell you all about it, Gary Thorne.
Nolan Ryan will be followed by the top of the order for the Astros, as Billy Dorn and Bill Hatcher will follow here in the third inning. The Astros having a great opportunity to score with runners at the corners and nobody out. And Gooden bearing down to get Ashby on a called strike, and then the contested double play off the bat of Craig Reynolds. Nolan Ryan during the season hit 102. He had 6 hits, all singles, in 59 times to the plate. Right-handed batter Ryan. The doctor's delivery to him is swung on and missed, strike one. A half swing, couldn't hold up on a high fastball. It is brightening up a good deal here now, as some of those low clouds moving out and some of that haze burning off a bit. Very pleasant day for baseball at Shea Stadium. 1 strike count. Gooden starts into the windup, then decides he wants to do it again and pulls back. Pitchers won't have any trouble staying warm today. It is so humid. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball. That's a strike. Good curve in the inside corner. Doc throwing a lot of curveballs early on in this game. He did not do that in the first game he pitched in this series against Houston, and as a result, he pitched with people on base the entire game. Pitch misses 1 and 2.
He said his game plan here today was to get that curveball established very early.
He really has to, because Houston showed in that first game they can hit his fastball. 1-2 swung on and fouled off. Count remains. Dwight Gooden had base runners on in the left on in the first 3 innings of the game, and they scored 2 runs against him in the first and 2 in the second to go on to win that game. Take that back. They scored late in the ball game. They had 2 on in the second inning and 2 on in the fourth inning, leaving base runners on, and that was the story throughout most of the game, because he got a couple of double plays that really helped out. 1-2 delivery, fastball, strike 3 call. Second strikeout for the doctor in the ball game, as Ryan is called out on strikes. That'll bring up the second baseman, Bill Dorn. Dorn, a switch hitter, grounded out his first time up. 0 for 5 in this series against Dwight Gooden. 3 for 17 overall. Dorn, a switch hitter who during the course of the year hit .258 left-handed and .305 right-handed. Dorn finished up with 6 home runs and 37 runs batted in. 28-year-old second baseman delivery to him as a chopper right back to the mound. Gooden hauls it in over to Hernandez, 2 down. Ball hit hard enough so Gooden had to reach across his body on the follow-through to haul it in, and he did. 2 away. Billy Hatcher, the center fielder, he grounded out his first time up. 2 down, nobody on, top of the third inning. No score in the ball game. Did not look as though this ball game was going to get started. Not only is it started, things are looking a whole lot brighter. The delivery, breaking ball down low, ball 1. Hatcher now 3 for 16 in the series, looking for his first hit against Dwight Gooden. He is 0 for 4 against the doctor. Hatcher, a right-handed batter. 1-0 delivery to him, swung on a ground ball into center field for a base hit out of the reach of Santana. So Hatcher has his first hit off Dwight Gooden, a 2-out single, and that will bring up Denny Walling.
Be interesting to see right now whether Billy Hatcher goes to the running game. He has 3 stolen bases already. That track out there does not look too bad, Gary.
No, I think they're in pretty good shape to run. I think that infield is actually beginning to show some drying spots on it where they put the drying agent. He may well try and do it. Third man up, Walling singled his first time up. Walling, along with Kevin Bass, had home runs off Dwight Gooden this season. Walling 0 for 4 coming into this game against Doctor. Now 1 for 5 in league championship play. Pretty good lead at first base for Hatcher. Throw over. He gets back diving in head first. Hatcher has that real good speed. Has been in the number 1 or number 2 spot in the batting order all season long. Picked up 38 stolen bases and was caught only 14 times. Neither catcher, Ashby nor Carter, has thrown out a base runner in this series thus far. The Astros are 5 for 5 and the Mets are 4 for 4. Throw to first again. Gets back in safely. Closer play at first base that time. During the regular season, the Houston Astros had 163 stolen bases and 176 bases were stolen against them. Ashby did not have good luck throwing base runners out during the course of the season. New York Mets stole 118 bases. They had 159 stolen against them, threw out 56. Walling, a left-handed batter. Gooden comes to the belt. Again will throw to first, and again the head first dive will get Hatcher in safely. In the opening game, the Astros were 2 for 2 against Dwight Gooden. Hatcher had a stolen base against the Doctor in that one, as did Kevin Bass. Throw to first again, throw up high, diving back in again is Hatcher safely. No score in the ball game. 4 hits on the board, all singles for the Astros.
No doubt in the Mets' minds here that Hatcher wants to steal.
He's getting a pretty good edge off first base. Walling, left-handed batter, has Strawberry turned sideways, playing deep in right field and facing the line, a 45-degree angle. Dwight Gooden looking over to first base, now getting the sign from Carter. Again to the set position. Again a throw to first, and again diving back in his Hatcher. Still no pitch delivered to Denny Walling at the plate. Walling finished the season hitting at .312. He had an excellent year. Denny Walling, 32 years old, a veteran. Played in the 80 National League Championship Series and in the Western Division Series in 81, the strike-shortened year. He's been in postseason play before. Throw to first again and again. Hatcher gets back. Hatcher's got enough room. His play's not close at first base right now. Doc has thrown over there a half dozen times. So Hatcher could still get another half step if he wanted to over there, and will when he believes Doc's going to go to the plate.
Denny Walling still has not seen a pitch. He's getting impatient.
Walling has to step in, step out half dozen times. Tough holding that bat up there. Comes to the belt again. There's the pitch. It is swung on, hit in the air to left center field. Moving in and over to center. He's got it. So he only gets 1 pitch and flies out. No runs on a hit. 1 man left on. The end of 2.5 innings. No score.
Dr. K all the way. Let's go Mets!
This bud's for all that you do. There's something special about you. You're building this great land. The future's in your hands. We need more guys like you, 'cause you make America work. And this bud's for you. You make the nation stronger. You work a little bit longer. You're no beginner. You look like a winner. You know that you belong, 'cause you make America work. This bud's for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser the king of beer.
You make America work. This bud's for you.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Amoco presents
the Amico Sports Profile.
We're here with Gutterball Graham, professional bowler. Gutterball, can you spare a minute?
Always have time to strike up a conversation.
Gutterball.
Call me Gut.
Pro bowler, 15 years. Yep. You've never hit a pin. How'd you get into bowling?
I was born in an alley.
I see, and about your lifestyle.
Well, I live in the fast lane.
Okay, how do you keep it going?
New Amico Ultimate Lead-Free Premium.
Ultimate?
It's the engine cleaning gasoline for pure performance.
Do you throw the ball in the gutter on purpose?
Hey, don't pin that on me. What is this, a frame?
Amico, your car knows.
Nolan Ryan will face Ray Knight, Rafael Santana, and Dwight Gooden. As we go to the bottom of inning number 3, the New York Mets still looking for their first hit, as this game has been a repeat thus far of what Nolan Ryan did in the second game of the series when he set down 10 consecutive Mets before they were able to pick up a base hit off him. The People Express team of airlines, with their low prices and frequent service from Newark and Farmingdale to over 140 cities. They cover all the bases. Ray Knight has hit well against his former teammate with Houston, Nolan Ryan. Knight went 1 for 3 in the first game against him. 9 hits in 26 times up against Nolan Ryan lifetime. .346 batting average. Knight 3 for 14 in the series. Fouls the first pitch back. Strike 1. Did not have a good season against Astros pitching overall this past year. Hit only 188 against them. Did come away with 1 home run and 4 RBIs. Ray hit pretty well at the Dome, but not as well against Houston here at Shea Stadium. 0-1 delivery tonight. Fastball, that's a strike call in the outside corner. Ryan's throwing all strikes. He's ahead on the count, 0-2. Ray, also a veteran of previous postseason play in 1979 with Cincinnati, the National League Championship Series. Pitch swung on and missed. He got him. Ball biting down and in on Ray Knight. Nolan has struck out the last 3 batters he's faced. He now has 5 strikeouts of the 7 batters who have come to the plate. Rafael Santana coming up. Raffy 2 for 11 in this series. Ryan struck out 5 in that second game. He already has reached 5 here. The delivery is a breaking ball, missing outside. Ball 1. Ryan working quickly. The 1-0 delivery swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. A high fastball Santana could not catch up with. Ryan is 1-1 in league championship play for his career. The win he had came for the Mets back in '69 when he came on in relief and won the final game of the series. Ryan, the right-hander, gets the sign. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Santana takes a breaking ball down low. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike.
69, Gary. He came on in relief in game 3 to pitch to Rico Carty, who had won the batting title, and he got him out and went on to win it.
It's his league championship win. 2-1 pitch, swung on and foul back onto the screen again, and Ryan's right back in it. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
It was considered a very dangerous move at that time by the late Gil Hodges. Ryan in those early days was very, very wild. But what did he do? He came out of the bullpen and threw all strikes.
He's walked only 82 this season in 178 innings. Bob mentioned earlier how he no longer has that real wildness. Gets ahead of the hitters. 2-2 delivery. Swung on a ground ball to second. Doran's got it. Over to first, and there are 2 down. So Raffy does something only 2 others did, and that's hit the ball. Hernandez and Carter. Hernandez flied out. Carter grounded out. 2 down, nobody on. Dwight Gooden will come to the plate. Dwight using a new bat for the series. He picked up in Montreal. Hoping it'll bring him a little more luck. 2 down, no one on, no score. Pitch to him is a fastball. This is down low, ball 1.
Seems to me like a bat you got in Canada might be cold.
He's hoping just the opposite is going to be true at the plate. Doc had a tough year at the plate. He hit only 86. He had just 7 hits and 81 times up. 1-0 delivery, fastball, that's right down the pipe. 1 ball, 1 strike. New York Mets, 8 in a row have now been retired. Nolan Ryan just burning them away. 194 strikeouts during the season and 178 innings. 1-1 deliveries. Check swing. It's a strike. Another fastball. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Ryan, chance of picking up number 6 right here. Doctor behind on the count, 1-2. One-two delivery, breaking ball swung on and missed, and there it is. 6 strikeouts as he has retired the first 9 batters of the New York Mets. The end of 3, Astros and Mets, no score.
Lately, you've heard from many banks about their flexible or adjustable loans. But with interest rates at their lowest in years, a fixed rate is the way to go. Yagen does more than advertise their fixed rates. They guarantee them. Yagen offers up to 80% of your equity for up to 15 years at a fixed rate of 12.75% annual percentage rate. No points, application fees, or origination fees. Call Yagen today at 458-8888. Yagen, 3 Computer Drive West, Colony, celebrating its 51st year as one of America's leading bank service organizations.
Come on down to Curtis Lumber, take advantage of the number of good bargains here for you. At the Amsterdam edition, we're continuing tradition, bringing Curtis Lumber near to you. Ooh.
What are we going to do with this room?
I don't know. Let's look through the Curtis Lumber Fall Festival of Values flyer. That might give us some ideas.
Let's give it a try. It can't hurt.
Here we are, Hartco Oak Parquet Flooring. That makes a beautiful floor.
And an expensive one. We can't afford parquet flooring.
Oh, yes, we can. It's on sale for as low as $38.99 for 25 square feet. That's only $1.56 a square foot. Still think it's too expensive?
I can't believe it. Now what are we going to do with the walls and the ceiling?
Let's see. Gold Bond's Ready Mix Joint Compound is on sale for $7.99 a 5-gallon pail.
So what?
So we'll stucco the walls and ceiling.
That's a great idea. Thanks, Curtis Lumber. You did it again.
Paul Harvey 3 times daily on 1540 WPTR, home of the New York Mets.
And the sun is now shining, and the temperature indeed is going to get 70 degrees or better. It was 68 when it was totally overcast here. Dwight Gooden will be facing Davis, Bass, and Cruz in the top half of the 4th inning. Houston Ball Club hit well against New York during the season, but much better at the Dome than they did here at Shea Stadium. Houston hit .245 against New York Met pitching, .274 in Houston, and .212 here at Shea Stadium. But the Houston starters, who are tying the New York Mets up in this series, did not do that badly during the year either. The Mets did not hit well against them at all, even though the starters ended up 2-5 against New York for a record. They had a 2.26 ERA. Swung on, hit in the air to left field by Davis. Mookie's got it. Mookie looking up into that sun, had trouble at the last second. There's going to be a good deal of glare out there the remainder of the afternoon, and Mookie, who has trouble with the sunlight, caught that one over his head. 1 down. Davis, 0 for 2, is flied out twice. Kevin Bass singled his first time up, one of the 4 hits on the board by the Astros.
Ray Knight wants his sunglasses now. Remarkable. When this game started, I had no idea we'd see the sun.
Well, the weather forecast was right. They said clearing in the afternoon, and that's just what it's doing. Knight getting the flippers underneath the headgear, and it'll bring up left-handed batter Kevin Bass. Bass 5 for 14 now in the series. He's having a good one. The doctor's delivery is swung on and missed in a high fastball, strike 1. Kevin Bass has now had 3 hits and 5 times up against Dwight Gooden in the 2 games the doctor has worked. Kevin Bass finished the season at .311, 4th in the National League in hitting, and the best of the regulars on the Astros team. Up high for a ball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bass, a real nemesis for the New York Mets, hitting .347 against the Mets this year and .328 with a career average against New York. Pitch to him's a chopper to short. Santana gets the big hop. Over to Keith Hernandez, and that will retire Bass. 2 down. Real pitching duel underway. Nolan Ryan and Dwight Gooden locked up in this one. Jose Cruz, he delivered a single in the second inning when the Astros had back-to-back singles and runners at first and third and nobody out.
You know, you never know, Gary, how things are going to work out in the marvelous game we call baseball. But the longer Gooden can hang up those zeros, those scoreless innings, with Ryan's elbow having a tendency to get a little tender late in the game, the better things will be.
Sure is. Timeout taken as a big beach ball is coming down on the screen. Will be gathered in down in the box by the Mets dugout. Chub Feeney, the president of the National League and incoming president, Bart Giamatti, sitting next to the New York Mets dugout as they go from side to side, game to game. Chopper hit again to shortstop. Santana's got it over to first. An easy inning for Dwight Gooden. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. No scores.
Sir, can I get
Cough syrup on that cart?
No.
Video. Fans still coming in as a lot of people did not expect this game would get played. So there'll be a lot of late arrivals still coming in. And there are lots of seats empty. Lenny Dykstra struck out his first time up. The delivery to him is foul back, strike one. Dykstra now 5 for 15 in this series as Lenny's having a very good series. He has hit safely in all the ball games that he has been in, each of the 4 games so far. Lenny Dykstra, along with Glenn Davis, the only players who've had hits in the first 4 games. Ryan taking his time, walling in close at third. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Fooled him with a good off-speed pitch. Had him way out in front of it. 2-strike count on Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra stepping out as he was really tied up on that one. Dykstra 1 for 3 in the first game against Nolan Ryan. Ryan okays the sign from Ashby. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball missing, down low, 1-2. Ryan's not messing around on the so-called waste pitches. When he gets ahead of a hitter, he's still right on top of that strike zone and keeping the ball down. Ryan throwing lots of heat and a good breaking ball here today. 1-2 count. The delivery, the express, swung on and missed. 7 strikeouts for Nolan Ryan as Lenny Dykstra goes down for the second time with a K. Boy, the Houston pitchers against the New York Mets, as far as strikeouts are concerned, just piling them up with 19 in 2 games. Of course, for Mike Scott, they have struck out, coming into this game, 31. They now have struck out 38. New York Mets pitching staff not doing all that badly. They've struck out 27 Astros with the 2 added by Dwight Gooden. Ryan ready to go against Wally Backman. Swung on and foul back, strike one. Wally hitting .320 overall during the season. Did get his 1 home run and had 27 RBIs. Again in close at the corners, Walling and Davis. The Mets need to break the rhythm of Nolan Ryan right now and get somebody on base. With the infield playing for the bunt. 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Took something off the fastball and came in on him. And Backman's behind on the count, 0-2. Once you get a pitcher like Nolan Ryan into a good rhythm, you got to step out on him. You got to do something. He'll just keep pumping. And he's worked quicker as this ball game's gone along.
Yeah, with all of his talent, he's working with perfect control so far today.
Ryan, 2-strike count into the windup. The delivery to Backman swung on and fouled off down the left field line. To say that the Mets have been tentative in the batter's box against the starters would be to put it mildly. They have been off balance against Houston pitchers. Ryan here today has displayed a real good breaking ball that's going to force the Mets to hang in a little longer. Have to be aware of it. Can't sit back just looking for the heat. Again, the two-strike delivery outside, high, 1-2.
Nolan Ryan is doing the same thing Mike Scott was doing. He's staying ahead of every batter.
Once again, trying to first ball hit on him here in this ball game, but he has thrown the ball by the batter for the first strike in almost every instance. 1-2 count, one down, no score, bottom of the fourth inning. Ryan ready. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Down low, just missed with a fastball inside. 2-2. Wally Backman struck out only 32 times during the regular season and over 380 times to the plate. Real good contact hitters for New York. That's why he's up there near the top of the order. But he struck out in this ball game, called out his first time up. Again, the 2-2 delivery, swung on, hit in the air to left field. Cruz going back, plenty of room, looks up into the sun and makes the catch. Battled that sun out in left field, and there are two down. 2 away, nobody on. Keith Hernandez. He flied out to right field his first time up. Keith 5 for 16 now in the series. Hernandez against Nolan Ryan, a .209 career batting average. A couple of home runs off him, but that's been about it. Did hit him well this past season. Pitch is outside, ball 1. As Hernandez hit .364 against Nolan Ryan, going 4 for 11. Had 2 hits off him in the first game Ryan pitched in the series. The 1-0 delivery, swung on, a chopper foul at home plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. In this series thus far, the Astros against the New York Mets have out-hit New York 29-28 and have been outscored by the Mets 12-10. They've done enough to get that series at 2-2 coming into this 5th game. 1-1 delivery, swung on and fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Keith Hernandez.
So many times this year in winning 108 ball games, the formula would be to score 3 or 4 or 5 runs early in the game, then just sit back with your good pitching. But so far, this Houston pitching has not allowed the Mets to do that.
Mets just haven't had people on base. Haven't had a chance to get a big inning going because Houston starters have not allowed the base runners. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Keith Hernandez. Nolan Ryan rocks and fires, just missed outside. Ryan takes the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes, making it mighty tough for Met batters to lay off. Hernandez 310 during the regular season. 83 runs batted in for him. Behind Gary Carter's team leading 105. The 2-2 pitch. That's up high, and the count is full, 3-2. Ryan working very carefully to Keith Hernandez. Gary Carter on deck, 2 down here, nobody on. And Ryan will take some time at the front of the mound. Ryan okays the sign. Here's the 3-2 delivery. Fastball struck him out swinging. 8 strikeouts for Nolan Ryan as he nails 2 more, and he has retired every Met he's faced through 4 innings. The end of 4, Astros and Mets no score.
Albany Savings Bank has landed in Latham. Yes, you'll find our newest office on Route 9 north of Latham Circle with services like a loan center, drive-in teller, business accounts, brokerage services, night depository, Visa and MasterCard, and more. We recently landed in Loudonville, too, and at both new offices, you get free gifts for new savings accounts of $500 or more. Albany Savings Bank. We're more than a bank. Member FSLIC.
Sears spectacular store-wide sale this week only.
Hundreds of items reduced throughout the store.
Shape up and save on exercise equipment, like our deluxe exercise bike with a 60-minute timer and an ergometer readout to help calculate calories burned. Half price, just $149.99.
Hurry to Sears. Hundreds of items reduced with things to fix up your house, dress up your kids, and more.
Sale throughout the entire store.
There's more for your life.
On sale now.
At Sears.
John Hart and the Request Show, middays on 1540 WPTR, the Met Station.
Third of the order coming up for the Astros in the fifth inning. Let's pause right here for station identification on the New York Mets Baseball Network.
The Capital District's AM stereo radio station, 1540 WPTR Albany, the official home of the New York Mets.
Back here at Shea Stadium, locked up in a good one. Zeros on the board for the New York Mets. And Bob Murphy, Dwight Gooden knows he may be allowed to give up none in this game and still not have anything.
His best moment of this ball game came when he found Alan Ashby in the second. Runners on first and third and nobody out. He struck out Ashby, then got a double play ball to get out of the inning. And now Ashby is the leadoff batter. Curveball outside, 1 ball and no strikes. The series so far going about the way you would have thought it would. It is a matchup of the two best pitching staffs in the National League. Mets were number 1, but just barely over the Astros. Ground ball hit hard. Base hit down the right field line. Going into foul territory. Ashby on his way to second. The throw by Strawberry, the slide, and he's safe, a double. Alan Ashby, a ground double between Hernandez and the bag, going down the line over into foul territory. And now the Astros have a runner on second and nobody out. Ashby and Phil Garner. Those two over the last 6 or 7 years have just tormented the New York Mets. Craig Reynolds will be coming up. Reynolds hit a hard ground ball into a very close double play in the second inning. Now let's see how they're going to play it. Nolan Ryan is the on-deck batter, so it might very well be that Craig Reynolds will be swinging away. Reynolds has been a tough hitter for New York. A leadoff double down the right field line by Alan Ashby, and it was hit hard. Now Houston, no runs and 5 hits. Meanwhile, Nolan Ryan has been perfect, retiring 12 consecutive hitters and fanning 8 out of the 12. Ray Knight is in close at third in case of the bunt. And a ground ball, base hit going through the hole to left field. Ashby will move to third. He'll stop there. And now, once again, the Astros have runners on first and third and nobody out. In a scoreless ball game, they have first and third, nobody out. They had first and third, nobody out in the second inning and did not score. Now Dennis Menke, the third base coach, will be talking to Nolan Ryan. Might very well be that in this situation, they'll ask Ryan to bunt to get Reynolds over to second base with the runner holding at third.
We get rid of that double play potential, and we saw Reynolds on that contested double play in the second inning show some pretty good speed going down the first baseline, so he's a pretty good base runner over there at first base.
Now the Astros are riding high, and if they win here today, they'll lead 3-2, and the series goes back to Houston. Nolan Ryan is the batter. Hernandez will hold against the runner. Ray Knight moving up on the grass at third. Ashby, not a fast runner, is on third. Reynolds, who runs well, is on first. They might have him bunting to get the runner to second. Now the stretch by Gooden, and a throw to first not in time. He wanted to find out if he could what was going to be on. This is the second time the Astros have had first and third and nobody out. This time they have Nolan Ryan batting with Billy Doran waiting on deck. The pitch on the way, squeeze play. Nope, just a bunt play. It'll go to second, force play. Good play by Dwight Gooden. He threw to second to Santana for a force play on Craig Reynolds. Now first and third and one down. They were bunting to get the runner over to second. But Dr. Gooden made a good play, throwing to second to Santana. They get a force on Craig Reynolds.
Good play that time by Ray Knight at third, charging in and helping out. Carter calling the play. The base runner at third base, Alan Ashby, had to hang tight to the bag because he was fearful that Knight was going to get back and make a play on him there. No chance for that, but Ashby ended up diving back into third anyway.
Now a good hitter and a very fast runner. Billy Doran is the batter. Runners are on first and third, one down. Doran is 0 for 2. He has grounded out twice. He would be a hard hitter to double up. He's a left-hand batter, actually a switch hitter batting left, and he has real good speed. The pitch on the way, foul ball, no play. Gooden starting him off with a curveball that skidded foul off the bat. And a one-strike count on Bill Doran. Billy Doran hit .278 during the regular season. 3 for 18 in the LCS. Ashby on third. Nolan Ryan on first and one man down. So here again, Gooden desperately in need of a strikeout. He has 2 so far today. Doran a hard man to fan. Fastball high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's have the infield at double play depth. But unless the ground ball is hit awfully hard, Doran would be awfully difficult to double up. No score, top half of the 5th inning. Now Gooden will check the runner at third. That's Alan Ashby. Ryan is on first, waiting on a 1-1 delivery. Foul ball straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now can he dodge another big bullet? He dodged one in the 2nd inning. Runners were on first and third and nobody out. He struck out Ashby. Reynolds hit into a DP. Good hitter at the plate, Billy Doran. Excitement building with the crowd now with a count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Keith Hernandez playing behind the runner at first base. Now the stretch by Gooden. The pitch. He held in time. He held in time. They check it out. Fastball just about had him. About as close to being struck out as you can be. He stopped the swing in the nick of time, and the pitch was a little bit high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, did he ever stop that just in time. Now 2-2 on Billy Doran. Gooden getting his sign from Gary Carter. The runners lead at first and third. Foul ball back into the crowd and out of play. Count holding at 2-2 on Billy Doran. Billy Hatcher, the center fielder, is the on-deck batter. Mets of the outfield are playing a couple of steps to right. Dykstra, the center fielder. And, of course, on a well-hit fly ball, a run would score, and the Astros would be in front. Wally Backman and Rafael Santana are at double play depth. Ray Knight is playing very wide of the bag at third now. Hernandez keeping the runner close, playing almost behind him. And the hitter, Billy Doran, steps out of the batter's box. The count on the hitter is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now the stretch by the doctor. The pitch. Ground ball hit hard to second base. Backman to Santana to first. Safe, a run scores. They just missed the double play. A run is in. The Astros are in front 1-0. Ground ball to second. Backman to Santana. A little bit slow getting the ball away to second. Not quite in time. And the Astros have a 1-0 lead.
Wally had trouble. He was handcuffed by that ball, which was really hit hard and right at him. Took him on a short hop a bit. When he came up with it and pivoted, had to take an extra step to get it out. That took some velocity off. Santana really had already crossed the bag. It was one of those waves at second base and trying to get the throw to first. They just missed it.
Now 1-0 Houston. The hitter is Billy Hatcher. Right-hander against right-hander. He bluffs at a bunt outside, ball 1. The runner on first, Billy Doran, an excellent base stealer. He led the Astros with 42 during the year, and so Gooden will really have to work hard on Bill Doran. In the 2nd inning, when the Mets dodged the bullet, they made the big double play. They just missed it this time, and again it was going to be a 4-6-3. They almost pulled it off. Throw to first, too late. Houston now 1 run on 6 base hits. The Mets have not had a base runner. Nolan Ryan absolutely perfect over the first 4 innings. And now the Astros have a 1-0 lead. Billy Hatcher, 1 for 2, a single his last time up. Throw to first, too late. Billy Hatcher with 4 hits in 17 at-bats so far in the LCS. Ray Knight playing on the edge of the grass at third. Thorne and Hatcher at the top of the batting order possess a lot of running speed. They're both good runners. They both steal bases. Thorne edging away, and time called. Time was called and granted by the plate umpire, Joe West. Doc was already on his way to the mound, or on his way to the plate, and he managed to stop in time. Number 3 hitter, Denny Walling, is the on-deck batter. It is 1-0 Houston in the top of the 5th inning. They've done all the hitting so far today. 1 run on 6 hits. That has been it. Now the runner goes. The pitch, and the throw to second by Carter. The slide, safe. Another stolen base for the Astros. Billy Doran steals second. Close play, but he was in there. Houston now has 6 in a row in stolen bases in the series.
Pretty good throw by Gary Carter. Santana taking that into the runner. It was a high fastball, ideal to throw on. Trouble was Raffy took the throw behind the bag rather than on the bag. That's twice Raffy's done that in this series. Takes the throw on the outside part of the bag, then has to bring the glove back in.
Now Billy Doran on second base, and Dwight Gooden behind the hitter Billy Hatcher, 2-0. We have bright sunshine covering the field now at Shea Stadium. Gooden will check the runner at second. The 2-0 delivery, up high, ball 3. And the doctor falls behind, 3-0. Dangerous Denny Walling is waiting on deck. So the Mets are not out of the inning as yet. 1 run is in, and the Astros have a 1-0 lead. Gooden will check the runner at second. 3-0 delivery. He takes all the way. Ball 4, and Billy Hatcher is on with a walk. Well, now all the speed is on the lines for the Astros. They have Doran on second and Hatcher on first. They can both fly. And the hitter coming up is the dangerous Denny Walling. Walling, left-hand batter, hit .312 during the season. Denny Walling had 13 homers and 58 RBIs. He combined with Phil Garner, and that gave the Astros about as good a third base play as you could have. Prior to the start of the series, Mets had felt all along that Walling could be the toughest hitter in the lineup. And that's the hitter right now facing Dwight Gooden, with runners on first and second and 2 men away. The pitch on the way to Walling. Curveball inside, low, ball 1. Denny Walling got a base hit his opening time at bat today. Fly down in the third. He is 1 for 2. Now Gooden will look into Carter as the 2 runners build a lead. Doran on second and Hatcher on first. Fly ball popped into the air. Shallow left field. Mookie coming in. Wilson calling. He's under it, and the side has been retired. But the Astros take the lead, getting 1 run. There were 2 hits and 2 men left on. Now we're halfway at the end of 4.5 innings. Houston 1 and New York 0.
Dr. K all the way. Let's go, Mets!
People, one more shot, and there's movies in the can. Okay, where's our leading man? Billy.
Right here, Stephen.
Costume great, hair terrific. Let's roll this puppy, huh?
Could we review the action?
Okay, babe. You come in the bar.
Right.
Your baby blues give the bartender your best Steely Glint. You ask for a beer, and then you go right...
Excuse me, wouldn't my character request a specific kind of beer?
Well, why?
I've researched my character.
Research?
He's a man who knows what he wants, who won't settle for less than the best.
Yeah.
That's why he'd demand Bud Light.
Bud Light?
Bud Light's the light beer with the first name in taste.
Yeah, but Billy, sweetie, Bobby, this man of action doesn't want to get all filled up.
Exactly. He knows Bud Light won't fill him up.
Charlie.
Yes, sir?
Bud Light behind the bar.
Thank you, Stephen. I am a stickler for authenticity.
Ask for Bud Light, because everything else is just a light.
Scene 45, take 1.
And action.
Barkeep.
Yes, sir.
Draw me a tall Bud Light.
Yes, General Washington. And how are things at Valley Forge?
Those redcoats are a nasty lot.
Cut. Beautiful.
Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
How about taking time out for a pitch? It's about doing the best job of covering your field, whatever field you're in. And to do that, you've got to join the #1 team in paging, Metro Media. Because Metro Media is the paging service more people rely on, and with good reason. because Metro Media offers unsurpassed service, like round-the-clock hotline maintenance and customer care service. Not only that, but this all-star goes the distance, covering every corner of your field throughout the tri-state area. If that's not enough to make Metro Media your paging service, the importance they place on their equipment should be. Like pagers from NEC, one of the most respected names in the business. So if you want to compete in the big leagues, don't sign up with a paging service that's in the minors. Sign up with Metro Media and get 30 days of free paging for any new player who signs up for 90 days or more. Call 1-800-225-1989. That's 1-800-225-1989. Metro Media is sure to become your MVP, most valuable pager, of course. Now the last of inning 5. Mets trail 1-0. Gary Carter will lead off. Time to play the Daily News hometown homer game. Mets are batting for Antonio Pagan of Manhattan and S.A. Thompson of White Plains. If a home run is hit, those gentlemen will win $1,000. And if not, each will receive an AM/FM stereo radio Mets hat. The hat man. Gary Carter is 0 for 1. Carter one hit at 18 times at bat. He has struggled mightily so far in the series. Nolan Ryan has been awesome. Here's the pitch on the way. Missed the outside corner, ball 1. Gary Carter is 0 for 1. Ryan has been perfect. He has retired every batter and has fanned 8 out of the 12. Let's trail by a run, bottom half of the 5th inning. Darryl Strawberry on deck, and then Mookie Wilson. Ryan into his windup. Now the pitch on the way. Low outside. 2 balls and no strikes. I would imagine at the first sign of trouble for Nolan Ryan that Hal Lanier will have his bullpen up. He's been holding Nolan to 100 pitches, or about 7 innings for the second half of the year. One thing about it, so far, he's not even close to that number of pitches. He has been working with a minimum number. Now Ryan siding in. Ashby will set a target. And a fly ball hit high in the air to right field. Kevin Bass drifting back, has an easy play. He's under it, and he has it for the out. So Carter is skied to right. It brings up Darryl Strawberry. Mets are just not touching Nolan Ryan so far. He has retired 13 consecutive hitters. Strawberry called on strikes his previous time at bat in the second inning. And Mookie Wilson is on deck. 1 out and nobody on. Strawberry waiting. First delivery by Nolan Ryan. Low outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Ryan mixing his pitches very well. Ryan's expressed the fastball, the curve, and a pretty good change. Infield and the outfield around to right. Mets looking for their first base hit of the ball game. Now Strawberry asking for time and getting out. Buddy Harrelson coaching third, Bill Robinson at first. They have had absolutely nothing to do so far today. The 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball inside low. He was behind Gary Carter 2-0, but retired Gary on a fly to right. Now he's behind on Strawberry 2-0. Mets trailing 1-0. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Billy Hatcher, the center fielder, is deep and over to right center. 2-0 delivery. Low, ball 3, 3-0. First time, I believe, that Nolan has gone behind 3-0. Now will Strawberry be swinging at 3-0? He might very well if it's the kind of pitch he can really handle. That's a run behind. They've not had a hit. Here's the pitch on the way. He's taking, and a strike called. It's 3-1. So they had Darryl Strawberry taking the 3-0 delivery. Ryan gets it over, and it goes to 3-1. Tomorrow, Game 6 will be in the Astrodome. Bobby Ojeda will pitch against Bob Nipper. Now Ryan over the head. Around comes the arm. Low, ball 4. No, beg your pardon. A strike called at the knees. Strawberry taking a big circular walk. He thought sure he had drawn a walk. Comes back and has a word with Joe West. And the count is 3-2. Big crowd at Shea. They've had nothing to cheer about so far. Ryan has gone 3-2 on Strawberry. Darryl cocks the bat. Ground ball hit down the first baseline foul. Taken on the coaching lines by Bill Robinson. That's the first thing Bill has had to do all day over there.
Desperately need to get a base runner on here just so you can get Ryan out of the windup even. Do something so he just doesn't keep cruising.
Boy, he's on cruise control right now. He has retired every batter to face him, and we're now in the 5th inning. 13 consecutive hitters have been set down. Ryan pitched very well 4 innings his last start against New York. Mets got to him in the 5th inning. He's shown no signs of weakening so far here today. He's won 253 Major League Ball games. Drive hit hard down the right field line. It may go foul. Watching, and it's a fair ball. Home run! Home run! Tie ball game. A line drive home run by Darryl Strawberry off Nolan Ryan. He hit a wicked line shot right down the line. It looked like it would go foul, and it hit the screen attached to the foul pole. It ties the game 1-1. Strawberry out for an encore.
That one hit the foul pole and just made it over the 338 sign. It wasn't more than 3 feet above that wall marker down there. Nolan Ryan giving up the home run. Strawberry went down and got a low fastball and drove it into the foul pole, and the New York Mets get the big hit about the same time they did against him in the first game.
The first base hit all day off Nolan Ryan. An unlikely home run for Darryl Strawberry. Darryl normally will get under a pitch and hit it a mile in the air and long. This time he hit a wicked line drive that just cleared the wall in the extreme corner and hit the screen attached to the foul pole. And the game is tied 1-1. Now Mookie Wilson standing in against Nolan Ryan. Darryl has his second home run in the NLCS.
All or nothing for Darryl. He's had 4 hits, 2 home runs, and 9 strikeouts in the series play.
All or nothing at all. The other home run, such a big home run, a 3-run homer that helped the Mets come back and win. Now a strike call to Mookie Wilson. Was such an unlikely home run for Strawberry. He just whacked a bullet line drive right down the line. I thought it was going to be foul and hit the screen attached to the pole. That's how close it was. And the pitch is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Mets have exactly 1 hit. A home run by Strawberry. They have tied the game. It's 1-1. We're in the 5th inning here at Shea Stadium. And, of course, we have winners in the Daily News Hometown Homer game. Swing and a miss. For hitting that home run, Antonio Pagan of Manhattan and S.A. Thompson of White Plains, New York, are each $1,000 richer in the Daily News Hometown Homer game. So congratulations to those gentlemen. Now the 1-2 delivery to Wilson. Foul ball behind third. It'll be out of play. Mookie, 2 hits in 16 times at bat. Mets have not been hitting in this series, but the few hits they've had have really been important base hits. Strawberry's 3-run homer enabled the Mets to tie up the Astros. They later won that game on Dykstra's 2-run homer. Breaking ball wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Mookie Wilson. Nolan Ryan had retired 13 consecutive batters when Strawberry hit that line shot against the screen attached to the foul pole. Ryan over the head and the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, struck him out. The 9th strikeout for Nolan Ryan. He has 9 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings. And Ray Knight will be the hitter. Strawberry as close as you can come without hitting a foul ball. Pitch on the way to Ray Knight. Ripped foul. Look out. Down the left field line and out of play. I said it hit the screen. I guess it actually hit the foul pole. Wicked line shot against the foul pole.
Mets are hitting Ryan here. You can see the zip is coming off that fastball. He's throwing more curves. It's the same thing has happened in the first game. He can still go on and pitch very well, but he's going to have to work a little harder at it.
Ray Knight is waiting with a 1-strike count. Ray was fanned his first time up. Delivery now by Nolan Ryan. Outside, the express missing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Interesting game. Houston 1 run on 6 hits. New York 1 run on only 1 hit. The home run by Strawberry. Infield spread out against Ray Knight. Pitching 1-1. Off the inside corner, a changeup by Nolan Ryan, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. He'll be mixing his pitches now, more so than he had earlier on when he was going with his power. Manager Hal Lanier of the Astros carefully keeping an eye on Nolan Ryan. Santana waiting on deck. And a pitch that's over, a strike call, 2-2. And again, he changed speeds very effectively. Count 2-2 on Ray Knight. Each team scoring here in the 5th inning. And the game is 1-1 in the home 5th inning. Mets have had only the 1 hit by Strawberry. Ray Knight cocks the bat. The pitch to him. And a ground ball hammered to short. Fielded by Reynolds. The overhand throw, and the inning is over. So Knight is grounded out short to first. 1 run, 1 hit, a home run by Strawberry. At the end of 5 at Shea, the Astros won and the Mets won.
Yeah, Chevy's got it. Just come and get it. It can be yours today. Yeah, Chevy's got it. Just come and get it. Get a brand new Chevrolet.
Salisbury Chevrolet puts you back in the driver's seat of a brand new car or truck with the affordable alternative to high monthly car payments. For example, Salisbury's leasing department can put you behind the wheel of America's #1 selling car, the 1986 Chevy Cavalier 4-door sedan, for less than $150 per month. No money down. Or pick your favorite make, model, foreign or domestic car or truck, and Salisbury will set up a personalized lease plan with or without down payment to fit your budget. Daily rentals available too. Talk leasing today at Salisbury Chevrolet, Route 50 at Schenectady County Airport, Scotia.
Just come and get it. Get a brand new Chevrolet.
Chevrolet makes the car. Salisbury makes the difference.
Sir, can I get you something? Coffee? Tea? Oh.
You don't by any chance have a bottle of cough syrup on that cart?
No, but I have some Mediquel in my bag.
Is Mediquel real cough medicine?
It sure is. It's just concentrated into these soft, chewy squares. In fact, Mediquel is so effective, it works for 8 hours. Mediquel is great for people on the go.
Kind of a traveler's aid.
Right.
Mediquel, the chewy cough square you can take anywhere. Uses directed for coughs due to colds.
The morning trivia contest with Campbell & Company. Mornings on 1540 WPTR.
While we're waiting for Glenn Davis to lead off the 6th inning, we'll pause for station identification on the New York Mets Baseball Network.
The Capital District's AM stereo radio station, 1540 WPTR Albany, the official home of the New York Mets.
Bob Murphy with Gary Thorne here at Shea Stadium, Game 5 of the League Championship Series. The game is tied at 1. Cleanup batter Glenn Davis to face Dwight Gooden. Skies were opening up for a while and the sun was shining. Now we have cloud cover once again. Right-hand batter Glenn Davis asking for time. He got a speck of dirt in his eye at the last moment. Davis has flied to right and lined out to Mookie in left field. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the 6th inning. Bass on deck and then Jose Cruz. Curveball. Strike call to the outside corner. Dwight has allowed 1 run, 6 hits. Walked only 1 and fanned 2. Nolan Ryan, on the other hand, has struck out 9 in 5 innings. 1 strike delivery. Foul ball upstairs, no play. And a 2-strike count on cleanup batter Glenn Davis. 4 hits in 16 times at bat. One of the top candidates for the league MVP award. Right-hand hitter Glenn Davis. Let's have the infield deep and around to left. Santana over toward the hole and playing very deep. Gooden with a 2-strike advantage. The pitch on the way. Ground ball on the right side. Big hop taken by Wally Backman to Hernandez. 1 down. And the leadoff batter has been retired. Twice in 6 innings, the Astros have had their leadoff batter on base. They had their leadoff batter on in the last inning when Houston scored its run. Now with 1 out and nobody on, Kevin Bass standing in. He has good power. He had 20 home runs during the regular season. Switch hitter batting left against Dwight Gooden. Way up high, 1 ball and no strikes. Bobby Ojeda and Bob Nepper will pitch in the Dome tomorrow afternoon. We'll be with you at 2:50 p.m. New York time. Now Bass will call time and he will get out. If it goes to Game 7, that'll be Ronnie Darling and Mike Scott on Friday night in Houston. High and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Hal Lanier has said it will be Bob Nepper in Game 6 and Mike Scott in Game 7. And Davey Johnson will go with Bobby Ojeda and Ron Darling. Way up high. Way up on that time. And he falls behind a speedy man in Kevin Bass. 3 balls and no strikes. Now Bass will look down to Dennis Menke, the third base coach, wanting to know whether or not he's hitting 3-0 right now. Game tied 1-1, top of the 6th inning. 3-0 delivery. And a strike called. The knees 3-1. They had him taking. Jose Cruz, a good solid hitter, waiting on deck. Infield, deep and around to right against Kevin Bass. Ray Knight far removed from the third base bag. Line drive, base hit to left center field. Running hard for it, Lenny Dykstra. Bass around second. He'll be stopped with a 1-base hit. Good fast fielding by Lenny Dykstra, and it's a hard single to left center.
Well, I tell you, this guy can tear up New York Met pitching. He's having a great series and had a great year against New York.
That is the 7th hit now off Dwight Gooden. So Game 7 would be Thursday night, not Friday night. With the rain delays, you forget what day of the week it actually is. At any rate, Jose Cruz, the batter, 1 hit and 2 times at bat. Now the Astros are out hitting New York 7-1 in this ball game. Game is tied 1-1. They've had a hit in every inning of the game except for the 4th inning. That has been the only 1-2-3 inning for Dwight Gooden. Nothing going in either bullpen. Mets have turned 1 double play. They just missed another that allowed the Astro run to score. Pitch to Cruz inside. That backed him off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes.
Astros had 7 hits and left 8 base runners on against Dwight in that first game of the series, so he worked with people on in that game as well.
He's been stingy, not allowing runs, but he has been hittable, and that has made his work awfully difficult. Very fast runner, Kevin Bass grabs the lead. Gooden will keep an eye on him, and a foul ball over third back into the crowd. 1 ball and 1 strike on the veteran Jose Cruz. Cruz with a good second half, wound up hitting at 278. He is a perennial 300 hitter. Lenny Dykstra plays him a couple of strides to right center, playing him as a pull hitter. So Ray Knight very wide of the bag at third, with Santana shaded over towards second. Fastball high, throw to first, not in time. Fastball way up high. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jose Cruz.
Cruz a free swinger. He'll go after a lot of those pitches out of the strike zone, and he'll get his share of them, and he'll nail for base hits.
He'll amaze you. Sometimes he'll almost jump off of the ground to get a hold of one. He can be a very effective bad ball hitter. However, Gooden likes to have a batter that will chase that high hard one. Now throw to first, sliding back, Kevin Bass. Bass has 2 for 3. Now 6 hits in 16 times at bat in the series. So he has been a very tough hitter for New York. Hernandez holding against the runner. Now the pitch on the way, foul ball upstairs. That'll be into the crowd in the mezzanine section. Count holding at 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-1, Astros batting in the 6th inning. Let's have their infield looking for a possible double play. They turned a very large double play in the 2nd inning that allowed them to dodge a bullet. They just missed one in the 5th inning And the Astros scored their run. Houston out hitting New York 7-1. Now Gooden is ready. And the pitch on the way. The runner goes. Curve missing. Throw to second. The slide. Safe. No. Couldn't tell for a moment by the call by Doug Harvey. He's safe. Stolen. No, he's out. They got him. Harvey started to call him safe and then called him out. For the first time, the Mets have thrown out a would-be base stealer. Bass is thrown out at second. Good throw by Gary Carter. Harvey went down. At first, he started to spread his hands, and then he came up with the out call.
Santana that time did what he had not done on the previous plays. Take the throw on the infield side of second base, so you have the runner coming right into it. Carter made another good throw right into the glove.
And he's called out at second by Doug Harvey. A beautiful throw by Gary Carter. The count is 2-2 on Cruz. The pitch. Curveball high. Full count 3-2. That throw was absolutely perfect. Santana kneeling right behind the base. Let him tag himself out. Now the infield and the outfield around to right. Full count 3-2. The pitch on the way. Curve, a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Third strikeout for Dwight Gooden. Beautiful curveball. Fans Cruz. Side retired to the sixth inning. No runs, a hit, nobody left on. In the middle of the sixth inning, it remains Houston 1, New York 1.
For Mangino, Pontiac, and Buick in Ballston Spa, Mets, go for it and give it your all. We're behind you 100%. Standing behind your product is the name of the game today, and Mangino, Pontiac, and Buick clinches the #1 ranking in customer satisfaction each year. See Pontiac's new 1987 starting lineup, the exotic Fiero GT, and new Firebird Trans Am GTA with innovative design, breakthrough styling, and breathtaking levels of performance. Now at Mangino, Pontiac, and Buick, Route 50, Ballston Spa, delivering the best to those unwilling to settle for less.
Come on down to Curtis Lumber. Take advantage of the number of good bargains here for you. At the Amsterdam edition, we're continuing tradition, bringing Curtis Lumber near to you. Ooh.
What are we going to do with this room?
I don't know. Let's look through the Curtis Lumber Fall Festival of Values flyer. That might give us some ideas.
Let's give it a try. It can't hurt.
Here we are, Hartco Oak Parquet Flooring. That makes a beautiful floor.
And an expensive one. We can't afford parquet flooring.
Oh, yes, we can. It's on sale for as low as $38.99 for 25 square feet. That's only $1.56 a square foot. Still think it's too expensive?
I can't believe it. Now what are we going to do with the walls and the ceiling?
Let's see. Gold Bond's Ready Mix Joint Compound is on sale for $7.99 a 5-gallon pail.
So what?
So we'll stucco the walls and ceiling.
That's a great idea. Thanks, Curtis Lumber. You did it again.
Bill Crenny has the best ride home afternoons on 1540 WPTR.
Will now hit in the bottom half of the sixth inning. The game tied 1-1. Game 5 of the League Championship Series. People Express team of airlines with their low prices. You can enjoy away games from the stands instead of your sofa. Game 6 will be tomorrow afternoon at the Astrodome. We'll be with you at 2:50 p.m. New York time. Bobby Ojeda pitches for New York, looking for his 20th win overall of the year. His mound opponent will be Bob Knepper. Thursday night, it'll be Ron Darling and Mike Scott. Now here's Santana facing Nolan Ryan. Let's have only one hit in the ballgame. Fastball, a strike call. First 5 innings, Nolan Ryan has fanned 9 batters. The all-time home run champion, or strikeout champion, I should say. Now for the first time, we'll get some warm-up action in the Houston Astro bullpen. Breaking ball to Santana inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Charlie Kerfeld will get up in the Astro bullpen. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Check swing and it's low, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to Rafael. Santana for 1. He grounded out in the 3rd inning. At that time, it was quite an accomplishment. Everybody else was striking out. That's 1 run on 1 hit. A Darryl Strawberry line drive home run. It hit the foul pole. The 2-1 delivery. Low outside, ball 3, 3-1. has not walked a batter while striking out 9. It'll be Dwight Gooden and then the top of the batting order for Len Dykstra. 1-1, last half of the 6th inning. 3-1 delivery. A strike called at the outside corner, 3-2. Ryan refusing to walk a batter. Now he goes full, 3-2 on Santana. Mets have been out, hit 7-1. Dwight Gooden pitching very tough when it counted. 3-2 delivery. Foul ball out of play. So he fought that one off. That might help him to try and get on base with a walk. Not a good year hitting-wise for Raphael. He did hit a little bit in the last 2 months of the year. Ryan looking into Alan Ashby. Full count, 3-2. Now the pitch on the way. And a ground ball bounced to shortstop. Reynolds has it. And the throw is in the dirt, but handled by Davis, 1 down. Glenn Davis helping out Craig Reynolds, fielding the ground ball, the throw that was in the dirt.
Nolan Ryan, great control in this one. He refuses to give in even when behind. He's still going to nibble around the corners, and he broke Santana's bat on that one on the inside.
Nolan Ryan has had perfect control here this afternoon. And when you get Nolan Ryan with his talent, combined with perfect control, it's an awesome thing. Now Gooden is the batter. Dwight struck out his only time up. Has an idea about a bunt, a strike call to the outside corner. 1-1, bottom half of the 6th inning. How far they'll go with Nolan Ryan, we do not know. But Charlie Kerfell is on call in the Astro bullpen. Kerfell is good. He cannot be any tougher than Ryan has been. High inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan has won 253 Major League ball games. He averages just under 10 strikeouts per game. His 19th year in the major leagues. 5 no-hitters. The all-time strikeout king. The pitch. Low, ball 2, 2-1. But he has not walked a single batter all day long. He got behind Santana 3-1, but he refused to walk him. He wound up getting him out on a ground ball to short. Center fielder Billy Hatcher playing shallow and over to right center against Dwight Gooden. 2-1 delivery and a drive in the air to right field, but playable. Coming in, and grabbing the ball on the run, Kevin Bass. That almost fooled him. He came loping in as though he had plenty of time. At the last moment, he had to lunge for it as he neared the right field line. Turned out to be a pretty good play by Kevin Bass. 2 outs and nobody on. Ryan working on a 1-hitter. And here's Len Dykstra at the top of the order. Nails, as his teammates call him. Tough little guy who loves to play the game of baseball. Is 0 for 2, twice has struck out against Nolan Ryan. Now the pitch and a pop-up on the infield. Should be easy. It's a mile high. Walling in near the mound is under it waiting. He grabs it and the inning is over. And Ryan has retired 5 in a row since giving up the home run to Strawberry, the only hit that he has allowed in the ball game today. At the end of 6 at Shea Stadium, Houston won and New York won.
Kex Copy Source is New York State's largest independent copier distributor and your best source for the Canon MP 3000 series copiers. Kex has been chosen as Canon's authorized New York State representative, so call today.
Where?
That's right. Kex Copy Source has the Canon 3000 series copiers that copy in black and your choice of red, green, brown, or blue. And it handles automatic 2-sided copying from 2-sided originals. Plus, it comes with a Kex 6-year, 1 million copy warranty. The Canon 3000 series reduces, enlarges, has logic memory, and it's all at the touch of a button. It's the newest and least expensive fully automatic copier available today. For a great deal, you'd better call
Yes.
Motorcraft quality parts from Ford. Tested on some of the world's toughest racetracks on weekends, so they don't test you the rest of the week. Motorcraft races with success to give your car dependable performance. Motorcraft quality spark plugs, batteries, filters, and motor oil are designed to meet the demanding needs of the race course. So regardless of the kind of car or truck you drive, Motorcraft exceeds the need. Motorcraft from Ford. Quality products for all makes of cars and trucks.
Campbell's Garage Sale, Saturday mornings on 1540 WPTR, the Met Station.
The World Series will get underway Saturday night, either here at Shea Stadium or in the Astrodome in Houston. California playing the Red Sox tonight at Fenway Park. California leading 3-2. Kirk McCaskill and Oil Can Boyd are the pitchers tonight at Fenway Park, and obviously, if the Red Sox can stay alive, they'll have to come back with right-hander Roger Clemens. Right here, Dwight Gooden is locked in about as tough a struggle as he's ever been in. The Mets have had only one base runner in the entire ball game off right-hander Nolan Ryan, and that was a home run that tied the ball game up. This is a duel. Now, Gary, let's go to the 7th inning.
Alan Ashby will lead it off, and Ashby real tough on the New York Mets. He has scored the run in this ball game that the Astros have on the board when he led the 5th off with a double. Came in on a ground out by Billy Doran. Dwight Gooden, 1 run, 7 hits against him. The pitch to Ashby's a fastball for a strike call. Alan Ashby now 2 for 3 against Dwight Gooden in this series. Ashby hit only .257. Nothing wrong with that for him during the season. Say only because he hit .296 against New York and owns a .299 career batting average against the Mets. His career batting average is .242. Pitch swung on, a chopper to second base. Wally Backman gets a big hop, and the outfield grass makes the throw, 1 down. Ashby retired. That'll bring up Craig Reynolds, the shortstop, with Nolan Ryan due up on deck. Charlie Kerfeld just standing on the mound now in the Houston bullpen. Hal Lanier has him up and ready to go. But Ryan, having given up no walks, has struck out 9. And 1 hit and 1 run. Mighty tough to pull him in this ball game.
Hard to believe that he will come out of the game, but we'll know in a moment.
Ryan will come out in the on-deck circle. Craig Reynolds has singled and hit into a disputed double play in the 2nd inning. Breaking ball swung on and missed way out in front of it. Astros had a great scoring opportunity in the 2nd. Leadoff singles by Bass and Cruz put runners at 1st and 3rd with nobody out. Gooden struck out Ashby and got Reynolds to hit into a double play 4-6-3 on a very close play at first base to get him out of that inning. Houston Astros have stranded 5 base runners in this game. Mets have not left one because they haven't had one, except for Strawberry, who ran all the way around them. Pitches outside. 1 ball, 1 strike on Reynolds. Craig Reynolds, the shortstop, platooning with Dickie Thorne, and they have produced. Thorne hit .248, driving in 21 runs in the ball games that he played at shortstop. Pitch to Reynolds is a curve down low. Laid off it, 2 balls and 1 strike. Reynolds hit .249, drove in 41 runs with 6 home runs. Reynolds has been with the Houston Ball Club since 1979, playing with them each of the seasons since then. Left-handed batter. 2-1 delivery to him. Swung on a ground ball to first. Hernandez backing up, plays it over to Dwight Gooden. 2 down. Keith guarding the line that time and playing back. Took that 1 step on the outfield grass.
Boy, he had perfect defensive position for him. Had him played pretty close to the line. It worked out just right.
Oh, was hit right at him. Gooden got over in plenty of time to get the out. 2 down. 2 away, nobody on. No score. Top of the 7th inning, and that will bring up Nolan Ryan. Ryan has struck out and hit into a forced play at the plate in this ball game, but he's doing his job on the other end of it. Ray Knight guarding the line at 3rd. Pitch is a fastball, missing up high, ball 1. Ryan trying to get a victory in this National League Championship Series, having lost game 2 by a score of 5-1. 1-0 delivery, swung on and missed, and a fastball high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dwight Gooden working up a good sweat out there. Humidity high. Temperature when that sun came out went up over 70 degrees. Very light breeze blowing now. Been very calm here in the ballpark as far as any wind's concerned today. 1-1 delivery, swung on, foul back. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Series all tied at 2-2. Game 5, there'll be no travel day. They get on the planes tonight, both ball clubs, and head back to Houston for the ball game tomorrow afternoon in the Astrodome. The 1-2 delivery to Ryan, breaking ball in the dirt. Carter goes out to get it. Count remains at 1-2. Then they will play again on Thursday if there is a 7th game needed. Friday will be an off day, and the World Series will begin for one of these 2 ball clubs on Saturday. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The doctor fires a fastball fouled off down the right field line, and the count will remain at 2-2. Lots of folks with the opportunity to do some seat upgrading coming to game number 5 at Shea Stadium.
Every seat was sold, but an awful lot of no-shows today. People just waiting out the weather. They got so wet waiting it out yesterday.
What a traffic jam. What a mess after that yesterday as the game was called right in rush hour traffic.
It only took a couple of hours to get to the Whitestone Bridge.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The delivery to Ryan. Fastball. That's it. See you later. Strike 3 called. Gooden gets his 4th strikeout. Retires the side in order. 7th inning stretch time at Shea. All knotted 1 apiece.
Some people think a few $1 million in the Lotto 48 jackpot is small potatoes. But if you won, you'd be a big cheese.
Some people think a few $1 million in the Lotto 48 jackpot is really bottom drawer. But if you won, you'd be a top banana.
Why wait to play New York's Lotto 48 when there are big jackpots every Wednesday and Saturday? And even when it's not worth zillions, it's worth millions.
Some people think a few $1 million in a Lotto 48 jackpot is chicken feed. But if you won, you'd rule the roost.
Some people think a few $1 million in a Lotto 48 jackpot is job liver. But if you won, you'd be a hot dog.
New York's Lotto 48 every Wednesday and Saturday. Even when it's not worth zillions, it's worth millions.
Amoco presents the Amoco Sports Profile.
We're here with Hamilton, the Hammer Hollingshead IV, middleweight boxing champ.
Good day.
Hamilton, PhD, Rhodes Scholar, why boxing?
My mummy was a boxer.
And what was your dad?
Extremely cautious.
What advantages do you have over your opponent?
Well, I've always had the best in life.
Such as?
New Amoco Ultimate Lead Free. The engine cleaning gasoline for pure performance.
What's next for the Hammer?
I'm meeting my mother.
At home?
No, in the ring. We're going for 12 rounds.
Amoco, your car knows.
This copyrighted broadcast is authorized under radio rights granted by the New York Mets solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the New York Mets and Doubleday Sports Incorporated is prohibited. Any commercial or other use of the program, such as by charging admission for its broadcast, is similarly prohibited. The announcers on this broadcast approved and contracted for by Doubleday Sports Incorporated, network arrangements by INC, Independent Network Consultants of Rockville, Maryland. Wally Backman will lead it off for the New York Mets as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Fans imploring, begging, pleading with New York to get something up there on the board to break a 1-1 tie. And Nolan Ryan, who's gone the distance with 9 strikeouts in the game, has struck Backman out and got him to fly out to left field. Wally 0 for 2, 3 for 16 in championship play. Ryan's delivery to him is a fastball strike on the outside corner.
Boy, the way they played the infield defense against Dykstra and Backman, it has really cut down on that threat of getting on with the bunt.
Playing both the first and third baseman playing in. At first baseman playing in, Glenn Davis makes it real tough to get that ball by the pitcher towards second. 0-1 delivery, swung on and missed. Wally trying to go down the third baseline with it, could not catch it, and he's behind on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Wally Backman hit .391 in 8 games in the playoffs he was in 1983. And Wally Backman has played for a lot of championship ball clubs at the minor league level with the New York Mets. AAA champions. 0-2 delivery. That's outside. Wally lays off it, leaning over the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Best chance for a drag bunt base hit comes with 2 strikes on the hitter. They drop Davis back, but of course you're running an awful risk.
Sure are. Keith Hernandez waiting on deck. Gary Carter to follow. Backman waiting on Ryan. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swung on and missed. He waved at that one. He fooled him badly. Put that pitch on the outside part of the plate. 10 strikeouts for Nolan Ryan. Let's pause right here for station identification on the New York Mets Baseball Network.
1540 WPTR, the official home of the New York Mets.
Here at Shea, Gary Thorne and Bob Murphy with you. 1-1 game, bottom of the 7th. Keith Hernandez, 0 for 2, is struck out and flied out. First pitch is outside, ball 1. 10 strikeouts now in 6 1/3 innings for Nolan Ryan. Mike Scott, of course, had 14 strikeouts against the New York Mets in the first game of the LCS play. 1-0 delivery to Hernandez. That misses up high. 2 balls and no strikes. The 10 strikeouts added in this ball game, New York Met batters have now struck out a total of 41 times. 41 times in 4+ games. This is the ball club that had the fewest strikeouts in the National League during the year. Pitch is a strike called. Tells you how good the pitching has been by Houston. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 down and nobody on. Hernandez, 5 hits and 17 times up in the series. Against Nolan Ryan in this series, he is 2 for 5. 2-1 delivery to him. Swung on, hit into right field, a base hit. That's over near the line. Bass over to get it. Hernandez will stay at first base, and there's the Mets' second hit of the game. A single with 1 down by Hernandez. And Gary Carter comes to the plate with a chance to put a 1 for 19 series behind him in a very important spot.
His only big hit so far in the series was a timely hit off Nolan Ryan in Game 2 in the Astrodome, and now here's the opportunity again.
He had the game-winning RBI, driving in the first run against Nolan Ryan. Now Carter comes up, having flied out and grounded out. With Keith Hernandez on at first base and 1 down.
Charlie Kerfell back to work in the Astro bullpen.
Ryan, of course, wanting that double play ground ball right here. Nolan Ryan to the belt. The delivery to Gary Carter, swung on and fouled off. Gary goes down at home plate. He took a tremendous cut and hit on top of the baseball. Fell down as he followed through on that swing. He swung so hard and laced that ball. And he went down at home plate. Ball caught him also on the inside of that front foot. 1 strike on Carter. Gary finished the season with a 13-game hit streak. He batted .373 during those 13 games, but has not been able to carry it over into the league championship play. And you just credit most of that to the Houston pitching. Nolan Ryan hits the sign again to the set. Looks to Hernandez. 0-1 pitch. Fastball just missed down low. 1-1. Came in over the inside part of the plate, that down below the knees. Gary finished 3rd in runs batted in the National League with 105. He topped the major leagues in RBIs per base hit. Averaged .84 RBIs per base hit, the best by any major league hitter. 1-1 count. The delivery to him, swung on, hit foul outside of third base, and Ryan is ahead on the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Gary Carter has been in postseason play before in '81 in the division series with Montreal, and in '81 in the National League Championship Series. And he hit well. He hit .421 the division series ball games and hit .438 the National League 5 games played in '81 in the LCS. 1-2 count on him. Pitch outside. That one moved away. Carter leaning out, watched it go by, and takes the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. All tied 1-1. Hernandez on at first base and 1 away. Infield playing for 2 in the outfield, straight away and deep. Strawberry's standing outside the on-deck circle, watching Ryan and Carter do battle. Ryan ready. The 2-2 pitch. Check swing, 3-2. Ryan working ever so carefully to Gary Carter. Tried to get him to go after another pitch outside. Carter laid off it.
Hard decision for Davey Johnson right here. Do you have Hernandez run and take the chance of a strike him out, throw him out, double play? Keith is not fast enough to be stealing a base.
Ryan walking around the mound has taken his hat off. Carter steps out on him. Ryan comes to the front of the mound, dabbles with his front foot in the dirt. Now back up on the rubber. Fans are coming to their feet. Spotlight is on Gary Carter. 3-2 count, 1 down to the belt. Hernandez leaning, not going. Pitch swung on him, popped him up. Shallow left field. The shortstop Reynolds going back on the outfield grass. Backpedaling, he's got it. Gary Carter's retired on a 3-2 pitch, and there are 2 down. That kind of a series for Gary Carter. 0 for 3 today and 1 for 20 in the series. Darryl Strawberry. The lone Met run accounted for when Darryl hit a home run down the line in right field that hit the foul pole just atop the wall at the 338 mark. You could not hit a home run with any shorter distance on it at Shea Stadium than what he did on a line drive. Ryan with 2 away now. The delivery swung on and missed, strike 1. Ryan bearing down, getting the job done. Hernandez remains at first base, being held by Glenn Davis. Darryl Strawberry now with 2 home runs in the series. 0-1 delivery outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan really moving the baseball around, inside, outside, keeping the batters loose. Has had magnificent control in this game. He has not walked a batter, striking out 10. 1-1 count. Ryan again set. The 1-1 delivery. Fastball at the knees that he's ahead. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Came in on Darryl Strawberry, and Strawberry's behind 1-2. Darryl, who has been called out on strikes once in this game, has now struck out 9 times in this series. Strawberry has been to the plate 16 times. 9 strikeouts, 2 home runs. 1-2 the count. The delivery swung on and popped up, no play. Behind home plate and out of play. Count remains at 1-2.
Nolan Ryan playing a couple of mind games with Darryl Strawberry, making him wait, trying to get him over anxious.
Ryan setting his own pace, leans in on the front leg to get the sign. Strawberry holds the bat steady, too long, and steps out. Good move by Darryl.
Good move by Darryl. On the last pitch, he had him really over anxious.
Cannot stand in that batter's box for too long and hold that bat ready. Here we go. 1-2 delivery. Breaking ball. Missed outside and high. 2-2. Ryan, after every pitch, taking a little jaunt around the mound. Goes to the back of the mound, rubbing up the baseball this time. Darryl Strawberry in the batter's box now will set 1 foot outside. Mookie Wilson standing in the on-deck circle, leaning on the bat, watching. Hernandez at first base, checking the count with the first base umpire. 2-2, 2 down. Ryan ready to the belt. The delivery swung on, hit down the left field line. That'll curve into the stands. And the count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes on Strawberry. Darryl Strawberry ended up with the numbers at home, hitting .234 with 11 home runs, 33 runs batted in. He hit .278 on the road with 16 home runs and 60 runs batted in. But he got that average up at home in the final 3 weeks of the season, and down closer to 200. Again, Ryan taking too long for Strawberry, and they'll step out again on each other.
Nolan Ryan really letting Darryl Strawberry have plenty of time to worry about it.
2-2 count. Here's the delivery to Straw up high, and again it's 3-2. Now the fans getting their money's worth in this one. Went to a 3-2 count on Gary Carter before Carter popped out. Now he goes to a 3-2 count on Darryl Strawberry. Glenn Davis moving in from first base, telling Nolan Ryan he is going to back off and play behind the base runner on a 3-2 count. Hernandez will get the big jump. We are tied at 1-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Fans again on their feet and applauding for a 3-2 pitch. Strawberry waiting. Ryan comes to the belt. Here's the 3-2 delivery. Outside ball 4. He walked him. He missed by a lot on that one.
He did not want to give Strawberry a good pitch to hit right there. I believe he felt he'd rather take his chances on Mookie Wilson. Mookie not nearly the threat to hit a home run that Strawberry is. He didn't walk him intentionally, but he wanted to make him hit a bad ball.
Al Lanier coming out now to talk with Nolan Ryan. Kerfeld has been ready for about 2 innings in the bullpen. Al Lanier checking right now just to see how Nolan feels as Ryan grabbed that right elbow after he threw that last pitch high and away. Ryan reached out in pain, it looked like. He had a real scrunched up face, and he grabbed the elbow with his glove hand after he threw the pitch. Mookie Wilson now comes to the plate. He has struck out twice. Wilson struck out 72 times during the regular season. Mookie, of course, a free swinger. He'll go after pitches. Now there are runners at first and second and 2 down. Mookie's 2 for 17. Ryan's pitch, fastball, up high, ball 1. New York Mets have the go-ahead run at second base, but they have 2 down.
We get a base hit on this one by Mookie. With Hernandez running for second, we could have a lot of excitement at home.
Hatcher is playing in center field. He is not deep at all. In fact, he is shallow. The 1-0 pitch swung on and popped up. Going out into shallow left. Cruz coming on. It'll be an easy play for him, and Ryan is out of the inning. The Mets will pick up no runs on a hit, and they will leave 2 on base, the first 2 base runners they've left in the game. The end of 7. We're still tied at 1.
Lately, you've heard from many banks about their flexible or adjustable loans. But with interest rates at their lowest in years, a fixed rate is the way to go. Yagen does more than advertise their fixed rates. They guarantee them. Yagen offers up to 80% of your equity for up to 15 years at a fixed rate of 12.75% annual percentage rate. No points, application fees, or origination fees. Call Yagen today at 458-8888. Yagen, 3 Computer Drive West, Colony, celebrating its 51st year as one of America's leading bank service organizations.
The Northeast Country Music Association is proud to present the 2nd Annual Country Music Awards Show Sunday, November 23rd from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Empire State Convention Center in Albany. As last year, you, the country music fans of the Great Northeast, will be voting for the Best Male Vocalist, the Best Female Vocalist, Best Group, Instrumentalist of the Year, Country Air Personality of the Year, and a lot more, including new categories saluting local songs and songwriters. To get your ballot, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Northeast Country Music Association, P.O. Box 766, Altamont, New York, 12009. All ballot requests must be received by Friday, November 7th, and all completed ballots must be received by midnight, November 12th. Then watch your vote count at the awards show Sunday, November 23rd. Last year's show was one of the best country music shows in the Northeast, and this year's promises to be even better. Send your self-addressed stamped envelope to the Northeast Country Music Association, Box 766, Altamont, New York, 12009. Your ballot will be returned as quickly as possible, and stay tuned for more details on the award show, coming soon from the Northeast Country Music Association.
New York Mets baseball, exclusively on 1540 WPTR.
2 hits for the New York Mets. Just a great pitching duel between the veteran Nolan Ryan and 21-year-old Dwight Gooden. And we go to the 8th inning, still locked at 1 with the top of the order coming up. It'll be Thorne, Hatcher, and Walling against Dwight Gooden here in the 8th. Billy Thorne has picked up the RBI and a ground out in the 5th inning. The only run scored when Ashby let it off with a double and came in on a ground ball. Mets home run by Darryl Strawberry, counting for their run as Ryan gets out of a jam in the 7th. He worked hard and got it done. Thorne, switch hitter, batting left-handed. Now he's picked up 3 hits and 19 times up here in this series. Ray Knight on the line at third and a couple of steps in. Dwight Gooden's delivery, squared to bunt, first base side, good bunt, great bunt, base hit. Oh, he dragged that right by everybody. Gooden getting off the mound, could not get to it. Hernandez picked it up, nobody could get to first base, and there's a perfect bunt single.
Absolutely perfect by a very good ball player, Billy Thorne. And now tremendous pressure on Dwight Gooden with a leadoff batter on and nobody out.
8th hit. Thorne on and Billy Hatcher with a lot of speed coming up. Hatcher has singled, grounded out and drawn a walk, so he's been on twice in this ball game.
Be fun to see how they play this. Will they have him bunt? Will they go to a hit and run? What will they do?
Keith Hernandez will come over and talk to Dwight Gooden as Hatcher will step out and take a look down the third base line to Dennis Menke, the coach, to see what sign is going to be on in this situation. Ray Knight will stay in and near the line at third base. Hernandez will come in a couple of strides while holding the bag. Santana and Backman playing for the double play ball. Billy Hatcher to be followed by Walling. Throw to first base. He'll get the runner back. Thorne, with the advantage of Hernandez being off the base, can pick up another half step or a step over there, as Keith has to come back on any throw made to first. Hatcher with a lot of room between third and short. A huge hole if he hits anything over there. Again, a throw to first. Not a big lead that time by Thorne. Rafael Santana's moved over towards second base. They are playing Hatcher, a right-handed batter, to hit the other way. Backman at second base in his normal position, and Santana would be the one to cover the bag here if the runner goes. Gooden to the belt. Delivery, they're charging. Bunted, foul. He jammed him, came right in at him. If he was going to bunt it, he was going to have to get it down before it hit him. And it knocked him down, and he hit it off the bat to protect himself. Strike 1.
He had to be thrilled to see that ball go foul off of his bat. Once you turn around to bunt, that pitch is hit on you like that. It's really hard to get out of the way.
Nowhere to go but down. Good, hard fastball. Strike 1. Gooden again talking with Ray Knight. Keith Hernandez will stay in at first base, getting off the bag. 1-1 ball game. Gooden ready, throws to first. Hernandez taking it. Thorne going back in easily, just walking back to the bag. Dwight Gooden set. Hatcher squares. Here's the pitch. Bunted. First base line. Good bunt. It'll roll down the line. Down the line. Hernandez picks it up and tags him out. Keith did not dare to let it go for fear that Hatcher would go by him and the ball would stay fair.
He let it go as long as he possibly could. And as a result, he took one for the ball club right there. He took a pretty hard hit from Hatcher coming down the line. He wanted it to go foul in the worst way. It wouldn't do it.
Stayed right on the line, then rolled back out towards the grass. Finally had to pick it up as Hatcher came on him. They collided. He made the tag. Sacrifice moves the runner to second base. We have had two perfect bunts laid down here by the first two batters in this inning.
Well, I want to tell you about Houston. They play good defense, and they are fundamentally a very good baseball team.
Don't make mistakes. Now Denny Walling, runner at second base. He has singled and 3 times up. Walling 3 for 13 in the series now. And Dwight Gooden again has to bear down the infield, playing back with 1 away. Pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, stopped by Carter, ball 1. Walling will be followed by Glenn Davis, the cleanup batter. 1 down, 1-1 game. Thorne, of course, with excellent speed. Anything hit into the outfield on a base hit variety will make it very tough to make any play at the plate. Plus, they have to play Walling straight away at least, recognizing the power that he has. Left-handed batter, Denny Walling. Santana's playing behind the runner at second base. Shortstop hole left wide open. Knight swung around that way at third. 1-0 count. Doc's delivery is a breaking ball for a strike called. Off-speed curve, 1-1. Denny Walling, a veteran with this ball club since the end of the '77 season when he first came up. 278 major league hitter, 13 home runs this year. 312 and 130 games that he played in. 1-1 delivery to him. Swung on, line drive, left field. Mookie coming. He's got it. Doran is off second base. The flip in to Santana. A double play. And that's the inning. And finds himself in a tie in another. The Mets simply have not been able to score against Mike Scott the first time, and getting only 1 against Nolan Ryan as we go to the 9th inning. And Bob, this ball game is very much up for grabs.
This is real theater and real drama, this ball game. And the batter who beat Dwight Gooden last Wednesday night in the Astrodome, cleanup batter Glenn Davis, he homered into the center field seats, will be leading off against Gooden as we go to the 9th inning with a game tied 1-1. Glenn Davis in today's game against Dwight has flied to right, lined out to Mookie in left, and grounded out second to first. 3 very good hitters coming up in the 9th inning. Glenn Davis, Kevin Bass, and Jose Cruz. The 9th inning with a game tied 1-1. Davis, a pull hitter with very good power. Mets will play him deep on the infield and around to left. And Ray Knight will play the line against the right-hand batter, not wanting to give up that extra base hit. Houston out hitting New York 8-2. Now the pitch by Gooden. Curveball outside low. 1 ball and no strikes. Both starting pitchers have had remarkable control. Dwight has walked only 1 and struck out 4. Nobody on, nobody out. 9th inning. The pitch on the way. And a high foul wafted back into the mezzanine. No play. 1 ball and 1 strike on Glenn Davis. Bright sunshine breaks through once again. Lenny Dykstra out in center field trying to call timeout. Does not have his sunglasses. Dykstra now again starts to walk in. At first they didn't pick up on the fact. And now Hernandez giving a sign to the dugout to get some sunglasses out there. It had been overcast, and just very suddenly the sun popped through and caught Dykstra without his sunglasses. So they'll hold the game up until he has them. Trainer Steve Garland coming out with the glasses now for Lenny Dykstra. And everybody else immediately will check to make sure they have theirs. This is no time to be caught without them.
Lenny Dykstra wasn't sure what he was going to do that time. He started coming in, then realized that Doc might deliver a pitch. He and Darrell both wanted them. Darrell started walking in and was hollering to the umpire down the line in right field. Finally got the attention of the first base umpire, Fred Brocklander. Got the timeout called.
Now Lenny Dykstra has the glasses, puts them on, goes back to his center field position. You have a hitter at the plate who will hit an awful lot of fly balls and line drives to the outfield. Glenn Davis, the Astro cleanup batter. Sun breaking through, covering the outfield. The stadium shadows are covering the infield. 1 ball and 1 strike on Glenn Davis. The windup by Gooden, the pitch. Curveball hit in the air out into shallow left. Santana backpedaling, makes the catch. 1 down in the 9th inning. Oh, Gooden made a very good pitch on Davis. He jammed him. He hit him right off the fist, and he popped him up. And we'll pause for station identification on the New York Mets Baseball Network.
The Capital District's AM stereo radio station, 1540 WPTR Albany, the official home of the New York Mets.
Bob Murphy with Gary Thorne, and we are watching a magnificent ball game. Game 5 of the League Championship Series. Game tied 1-1, ninth inning. Kevin Bass, the hitter, and he has 2 for 3. Led the Astros in hitting during the year. Low inside, it's ball 1. Dave Smith, the relief ace of the Astros, is warming up now in the Houston bullpen. Nolan Ryan has just been awesome. He's allowed only 2 hits over the first 8 innings. Gooden looking in, the outfield deep and around to right. Fastball a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kevin Bass. The Astros have had 5 left on. The Mets have had 2 left on. Both were left in the 7th inning. Mets have had only 2 hits. One of the 2, a line drive home run by Darryl Strawberry that tied the game. Both teams scored their run in the 5th inning. Now around comes the right arm. Curveball hit on the ground to second. Big hop for Backman to Hernandez. 2 men down. 2 outs in the 9th inning. And Jose Cruz will be coming on to hit. Cruz, the veteran left fielder, 1 hit at 3 times at bat. A total of 4 hits and 18 at-bats in the series. Batted .278 for the year. Had a slow first half and a very fast finish. He has good power, and he'll hit the ball frequently to left field. Mookie playing him pretty deep in left field. Dykstra, the center fielder, a couple of strides to right center. The infield is spread out. Ray Knight playing just about even with the bag at third. You can drop back any further, and even though he's about 37 years old, he can bunt on you. Fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. In the bottom half of the 9th inning, the Mets will have the top of their batting order coming up. Dykstra, Backman, and Hernandez. The 1-0 delivery, high with a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Alan Ashby is the on-deck batter. It was Ashby who destroyed the Mets in Game 4 with his 2-run homer off Sid Fernandez. Glenn Davis won the first game for Houston with a home run off Dwight Gooden. The doctor popped him up here in the 9th inning. Waiting on a 2-0 delivery at the knees, a strike call, 2-1. Made a great pitch that time on Jose Cruz. Jose looking for something else altogether. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs and nobody on. Top of the 9th inning, 1-1. Gary Carter providing a low target. High and away. That's ball 3, and the doctor goes behind 3-1. Gooden gave a walk to Billy Hatcher in the 5th inning. That has been the only walk he has allowed. Now he's behind a tough hitter, 3-1. Strawberry playing deep and right, not too far from the warning track. The pitch, high fly, hit the left field. Playable for Mookie Wilson. Standing under it, waiting, makes the catch. The inning is over. Passenger seatbelts will be going to the bottom of the 9th inning. The score, Houston 1, New York 1.
Mangino, Pontiac, and Buick has all the bases covered with their ranking of number 1 in customer satisfaction. Like all winning teams, it's
Backman is 0 for 3, has struck out twice. Nolan Ryan has walked only 1. That was Darryl Strawberry on a 3-2 pitch. And has struck out 11 hitters. Now the Mets with a chance to win it in their final turn at bat. They've had only 3 base runners in the entire ball game. In close at third, Denny Walling. Ryan looking in to Alan Ashby, the windup. Dykstra waiting in the dirt, ball 1. He started him off with a curveball, low inside. Len Dykstra, 0 for 3, has not had the ball out of the infield. This has been an awesome performance by Nolan Ryan. Outfield not too deep and playing Dykstra around to right. Dykstra waiting. Now the pitch by Ryan. Outside high, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. I would imagine Dykstra now will make him throw a strike before he swings the bat. Lenny Dykstra won Game 3 for the Mets in the bottom half of the 9th inning with a dramatic 2-run homer. Here's Ryan's 2-0 delivery. Strike called, he was taking, and the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Wally Backman in the on-deck circle, and then Keith Hernandez. The only hits off Ryan, a line drive home run by Strawberry, a single to right of the 7th by Keith Hernandez. That has been it. 2-1 pitch. Strike called at the outside corner, and the count is 2-2. So Nolan Ryan, at the age of 39, in his 19th year, in this ball game has walked only 1 and fanned 11. Bottom half of the 9th inning. It's 2-2 on Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra and Backman both baffled so far, hoping to make their final shot at him on the regular 9 innings successful. Now Ryan nods in agreement. The windup and the pitch. And a fly ball into shallow right field. Coming in, Kevin Bass. He'll make the catch. So Dykstra flies to shallow right. 1 man down in the 9th inning. And Wally Backman to the plate. Wally, like Dykstra, comes up having gone 0 for 3 and having been struck out twice. They've been holding Nolan Ryan to about 7 innings or 100 pitch. But this has been Nolan Ryan's day, and Hal Lanier will let him be there as long as he feels he's strong enough to get it done. Now Wally Backman. And again, Davis at first, Walling at third, playing in to cut off the bunt. Now the pitch, high and away, 1 ball and no strikes. By playing Davis in on the grass, they've taken that drag bunt play away from Dykstra and from Backman. Although Wally did pull it off in that big 3rd game here at Shea and was on base when Dykstra hit the home run. 1-1, bottom half of the 9th inning. The pitch by Ryan. Strike called to the outside corner. His control has just been marvelous from the 1st inning on. When he walked Strawberry, his only walk in the 7th inning, it came on a 3-2 pitch. It was almost like he said, here's a bad pitch. If you want to go for it, that's your business. Backman hitting out of that crouch, batting left-handed. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball inside and low. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Moved that ball in and out so well today. Just has kept the hitters first on your toes and on your heels.
He has been an absolute master. He has been a Rembrandt doing his painting here this afternoon. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Backman. Swing and a foul tip. He just got a piece of it. And Wally hangs in there with a count of 1-2. Wally Backman, of course, the kind of base runner the Mets would love to have on in this situation. Got a clutch hitter, Keith Hernandez, waiting on deck. They have the bullpen active for the Astros, but Dave Smith is ready. He's just standing around out there watching the artistry of Nolan Ryan. Crowd yelling, let's go Mets, let's go Mets. Bottom half of the 9th inning. Ryan trying to get his 2nd LCS win. The pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. The 12th strikeout of the game for Nolan Ryan. The 3rd time that Wally Backman has been fanned. So Dykstra and Backman, who do not strike out very often, together they have fanned 5 times in this ball game. Now 2 outs and nobody on, and on to hit will be Keith Hernandez. A lot of no-shows today as a result of the bad weather. The paid crowd, 54,986. But on hand, only 33,377. Bad weather kept many away. Hernandez waiting. Low outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Keith Hernandez has lined to right, been struck out. In the 7th inning, he lined a hard single to right field. Keith hoping that he could get on for Gary Carter. It has been an awfully long series for Gary Carter. Past years, when the bright lights were on, Carter was never better. But he has been held totally in check except for 1 base hit in the series. Now Ryan nods in agreement with Alan Ashby. The 1-0 delivery. Missing inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Nolan Ryan has won 253 Major League ball games. Closing out his 19th Major League campaign. While with the New York Mets as a very young man, he won 29 and lost 38. The 2-0 delivery at the knees, a call strike, 2-1. The few times that he's gone behind 2-0, he has threaded the needle with the next pitch and run the count to 2-1. Over the regular season, Hernandez had 13 home runs. Now he cocks the bat. High and away, ball 3. 3-1 on Keith Hernandez. Hernandez led the National League in walks during the regular season. Hernandez is not the kind of hitter who will swing at a bad pitch and help a pitcher out. Ryan, as we have mentioned, has walked only 1 all day long. The count is 3-1. Ryan winding. The pitch. And a high fly ball hit to right field. Kevin Bass, the right fielder, has a play on it. He's under it, and near the line makes the catch.
Davey Lopes has picked a bat up, Bob, so it'll depend on whether or not they can get anybody on base here as to what they're going to do with Ryan.
Here he is at the age of 39, his 19th year in the big leagues. A man who has pitched 5 no-hitters. This has to be one of the finest performances of his magnificent Major League career.
You got to remember he's doing this in pain. That elbow hurts him every time he goes out to throw. It is not the painless performance.
He does not lack for personal courage. Well, here we are, 10th inning, tie game 1-1. Alan Ashby, 1 for 3, a double. Leading off against Dwight Gooden. Gary Carter setting a target. And a ground ball hit hard, but right at Wally Backman. He's got it. Now to Hernandez, 1 down. Ashby hit it hard, but right at Wally Backman. And Wally stood his ground and picked it clean. 1 out and nobody on. Craig Reynolds will come to bat. Nolan Ryan is coming out into the on-deck circle. Bear in mind, however, if Reynolds gets a base hit, that could very quickly change. Roger McDowell was up briefly in the New York bullpen. From about the 7th inning on, the Astros have kept somebody ready. Nolan Ryan pitching an unbelievable ball game with a very tender elbow that pains him every time he throws a pitch.
Terry Poole has now come out in the on-deck circle.
Terry Poole has an amazing batting average in League Championship Series competition. Fastball out on the outside corner, a strike call. Terry Poole is hitting .550 in League Championship Series competition with 11 hits in 20 times at bat. And he had a base hit his only time up in this series as a pinch hitter in the second game. 1 out and nobody on, 10th inning. Mets have been out hit 8-2. Dwight Gooden allowing 8 hits, but he's turned in a marvelous performance. He has been awfully tough when he had to be. Now, surprisingly, they asked to see a ball thrown by Dwight Gooden. Maybe just a little psychology at work. 1 strikeout on left-hand hitter Craig Reynolds. Terry Poole is on deck to bat for Nolan Ryan. Game tied at 1 here in the 10th. The pitch. Curveball, a strike call. Beautiful curveball by Dwight Gooden. He has a 2-strike advantage on Craig Reynolds. That's playing their outfield around to right against this left-hand batter. Craig Reynolds and Dickie Thorne have platooned at shortstop all year. Thorne perhaps a little edge in the fielding. Reynolds a good hitter, and he runs well. 2-strike delivery. Ground ball toward the hole. Backman to his left. He's got it to Hernandez in time. 2 men down. Good play by Wally Backman. He covered some ground in a hurry on that one. Now Terry Poole will hit for Nolan Ryan. Left-hand hitter Terry Poole. Had been a regular player for the Astros for the last 8 years. Batted .244 this year, but he is a good left-hand hitter. Hamstring pulls cost him his regular job. Went out of the lineup. Billy Hatcher came in, and then Hatcher caught fire and played awfully well. Now here's Terry Poole, 11 for 20 in postseason play. The pitch on the way. Fastball a little high. 1 ball, no strikes. Dwight has now retired the last 7 Houston Astros. Their last base runner was Billy Doran, who bunted his way on, leading off the top of the 8th inning. Gooden checking it out with Gary Carter. Now the doctor winds. The pitch on the way. Curveball, strike call. 1 ball and 1 strike to Terry Poole. Canadian-born left-hand hitter. He's a line drive type hitter. Lenny Dykstra playing him a few strides to right center. Let's leave a big hole on the left side of the infield. Terry Poole is a pull hitter. Now the pitch. Curve is hit foul and hit his leg. Hit the dirt, came up, struck him in the leg. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nolan Ryan is out of the game after 9 brilliant innings, allowing 1 run, a home run by Strawberry, and only 2 hits. The other hit was a 7th-inning single by Keith Hernandez. That has been it. 1-1 in the 10th inning. Gooden looking into Gary Carter. Poole, the left-hand batter, waiting, and a ground ball hit toward the middle, running for Santana, base hit. And Terry Poole is 2 for 2. He hit a bouncer right through the middle, finally run down by Wally Backman, but there was no play. And now the Astros have the lead run on first base with 2 men down. Terry Poole now in League Championship Series, 12 hits in 21 times at bat. Top of the batting order for Billy Doran. Billy Doran, a drag bunt for a base hit of the 8th inning. It was a beauty. 1 hit in 4 times up. Doran hit .278 during the season. And in the playoffs, Billy Doran has 4 hits in 20 times at bat. Poole probably not a threat to steal. Edging away as Gooden checks it out with Gary Carter. Now the stretch by the doctor. And a throw to first. He dives back. Close play. He took a pretty good lead there, as though he might have a steal on his mind. He had a lot of trouble with hamstring pulls this year. Gooden has now allowed 1 run and 9 base hits. We're at the top of the 10th inning with a game tied at 1. The pitch to Billy Doran is up high. He lays off 1 ball and no strikes. In the bottom half of the 10th inning, Gary Carter, Darryl Strawberry, and Mookie Wilson will be scheduled to bat probably against Dave Smith. From time to time, they've had Charlie Kerfeld up. They had Jeff Calhoun up, and they had Dave Smith up. And whoever will be coming in is completely ready. The bullpen is quiet at the moment. Terry Poole edging away at first. The left-hand hitter waiting, throw to first, done in time. Gooden has thrown a lot of pitches here today, but he appears to be very, very strong. He's had as good a curveball today as we've seen all year long. He's had a marvelous command of that curveball, frequently throwing it behind the hitter and throwing it for strikes. Waiting on a 1-0 delivery. There goes the runner. The pitch is high. The throw is on the dirt. Goes in. Oh, Backman saves it. Stolen base, Terry Poole. The throw hit the dirt in front of second. Was going into center field, and Backman ran it down. Kept it from going into the outfield. Another stolen base, and this one by Terry Poole.
Got a real good jump over there. Gary Carter one-hopped that ball, and that's the base runner at third, but for Wally Backman's play behind Rafael Santana, and Wally had to backhand that ball before it got out into center field.
Now the tie-breaking run is in scoring position. A very good hitter, Billy Doran, at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Poole will lead from second. A big moment of this ball game now for the New York Mets. Gooden will look at the runner at second. The pitch. Fastball high, and he took it. 2 balls and 1 strike to Billy Doran. Doran 1 for 4, a bunt single in the 8th inning. So the Astros took the gamble trying to get the lead. They had Terry Poole stealing, and he pulled it off. Now Gooden taking a moment to relax himself as he looks into Gary Carter. The left-hand hitter, Billy Doran, cowtails the bat around the pitch. Curveball, and it missed. 3 balls and a strike. The on-deck batter is Billy Hatcher, a right-hand hitter. That was a great-looking curveball. It just missed. Count goes to 3-1 on Billy Doran. 1-1, 10th inning at Shea Stadium. Uneasy moment for the manager, Davey Johnson, for Mel Stottlemyre, and all of the New York Mets. Waiting on a 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Billy Doran draws a walk. This will bring a right-hand batter to the plate. Probably not all that bad for Dwight Gooden. That's only the second walk Dwight has allowed. It is Dwight Gooden's war to win. There is nothing going in the New York Mets bullpen. Billy Hatcher, the center fielder, 1 for 2 officially. He drew a walk in the 5th inning, and he sacrificed in the 8th inning. He's had 4 hits in 17 at-bats in the League Championship Series. So now the crowd uneasy. Runners on first and second, 2 men down. Gooden will look the runner back at second. The pitch. Foul ball upstairs, strike 1 on Billy Hatcher. Both teams are flying to Houston when this gripping battle is over. Day game tomorrow with Bobby Ojeda pitching against Bob Knepper. We'll be with you tomorrow afternoon from the Astrodome at 2:50 p.m. New York time. If a 7th game is required, it will be Thursday night. Ronnie Darling will pitch against Mike Scott. Uneasy moment for the New York Mets. Terry Poole on second, Billy Doran on first. There are 2 men away. Gooden makes the stop. Now the pitch. Foul ball upstairs, strike 2. Gooden with a 2-strike advantage on Billy Hatcher. Denny Walling is the on-deck batter. Now the crowd, some 34,000. They're all going to stand to watch the next pitch. The game is on the line. The League Championship Series tied 2 games each, and the Astros with a scoring opportunity. Terry Poole will take a lead at second. Billy Doran at first. Infield and the outfield straight away against Billy Hatcher. Gooden is ready. And the pitch on the way. Hit in the air to right field. Strawberry on the run, reaching out. Makes the catch. The inning is over. Strawberry galloping to the right field line. Made the catch near the line. No run. 1 hit. 2 men left on. Middle of the 10th inning is Shea. 1-1.
Dr. K all the way. Let's go Mets.
This bus for those of you who live life the way you want to. Got your own mind, you're one of a kind. I take my hat off to you, don't it, love? You really make it work, and this bus for you.
Here's to you. Be to an age for that clean, crisp taste that makes Budweiser the king of beers.
There's only one way. You know how to play. And that's the way you feel it. You really make it work, and this buzz for you. You really make it work, and Anheuser-Busch. This buzz for you. St. Louis, Missouri.
Mike Lupica and Howard Cosell for the Daily News.
What's on your mind these days, Howard?
Weighty things, Mike. Changing political currents, summit diplomacy.
But most often, Howard.
Baseball, Michael. The World Series looms. That means more fans turning to the Daily News.
For great coverage and pretty good columns.
You're too modest. There are great sports columns in the Daily News, only one of which is yours.
Those great sports columns are yours to enjoy in today's Daily News, where you'll find plenty more in the baseball playoffs. On the scene for the Mets-Astros series, the Daily News has Mike Lupica, Phil Pepe, Jim Norton, and Jack Lang. Those famous Daily News photographs are yours to enjoy, too. 4 photographers are tracking the Mets-Astros series for the Daily News readers. At the American League playoffs, Bill Madden has a team reporting on the Red Sox and Angels. For the full story on baseball's second season, make the Daily News your playoff paper.
The Daily New York's hometown paper.
Bottom half of the 10th inning, the game tied at 1. 23-year-old Charlie Kerfeld, a giant of a man with a powerful throwing arm, is on in relief for the Astros. Magnificent outing by Nolan Ryan. He allowed only 2 hits. He struck out 12, walked only 1. That was in 9 complete innings. Charlie Kerfeld, his 3rd appearance in postseason play. Gary Carter leading off for New York. Gary only 1 hit in 20 at-bats. Low outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Charlie Kerfeld, a hard thrower. Fastball, slider pitcher, a big man, and he's powerful. His 3rd appearance in the League Championship Series. Carter waiting. Under the knees, 2 balls and no strikes. 1-1, bottom half of the 10th inning. Mets have been out hit 9-2. The game is tied at 1. Jesse Orozco now heating up in the New York bullpen. The windup by Kerfeld. Ground ball hit hard, fair ball, fielded by Walling. The long throw, and he got him. Boy, you talk about great defensive position. He was guarding the line, playing practically on top of it to prevent the extra base hit. Carter hit a shot right at him and gets thrown out.
Forever the answer to the question of why do you guard the line in late innings?
There's the answer. Darryl Strawberry, the hitter. 1 for 2, a home run. It enabled the Mets to tie the game in the 5th inning. The pitch. Inside low, 1 ball and no strikes. Mets have had only 2 hits. Strawberry's home run, a single by Keith Hernandez in the 7th. Now the pitch on the way. Fastball over, 1 ball and 1 strike. 10th inning with the game tied 1-1. The outfield deep and around to right. The pitch on the way. Up high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Kerfeld just comes right after you. He's a big man who can throw hard, and he doesn't try to finesse a hitter. He does have a breaking ball and a pretty good one. Now waiting on a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Fastball down the middle. Straw tried to catch up with it. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. The on-deck hitter is Mookie Wilson. Kerfeld, who wears eyeglasses, looking in. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Oh, what a powerful pitch that was. Strawberry struck out for the 10th time of the series. We pause for station identification on the New York Mets Baseball Network.
The Capital District's AM stereo radio station, 1540 WPTR Albany, the official home of the New York Mets.
Bob Murphy with Gary Thorne, 1-1, bottom half of the 10th inning. Mookie Wilson, the batter against Kerfeld. At the knees, a strike call. He is just blowing hitters away on the mound. Houston pitching has been absolutely brilliant in this series. Now the pitch on the way, foul ball, no play. And a 2-strike count on Mookie Wilson. The Mets pitching has not been shabby by any means. It has almost matched the Astros pitch for pitch. The 2 best pitching staffs in the National League. Because of Mike Scott, the Astros have dominated the pitching. Now the pitch outside to Mookie. Mookie having a tough series. 0 for 3. 2 hits and 18 times at bat. Gary Carter now 1 for 21. Waiting on a 1-2 delivery. Curve hit foul into the crowd down the left field line. Tough breaking ball. Mookie managed to foul it away. That's trying to change their luck over in the dugout. Players turn up the bill of their cap and put a baseball up there and balance it. Anything to do something a little different, trying to get a run home. Now Kerfeld winding the 1-2 pitch. Struck him out, swinging, blazing fastball. Mets are out 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, nobody left. At the end of 10 at Shea, Houston 1 and New York 1.
Lately, you've heard from...
So Jesse Orozco, and he'll face the middle of the order. Walling, Davis, and Bass in the top half of the 11th inning. During the regular season, Orozco against Houston was 1-0 with a save. Pitched 6 innings in 5 games, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits against the Houston Astros. So Orozco, the left-hander, is ready to go. Denny Walling has singled in 4 times up. All tied 1-1. Left-hander against left-hander, swung on and fouled back, strike 1. Just a tremendous ball game to watch. One we didn't even think we were going to get started. Ended up not being a bad day at all. Pitch swung on, fouled off. Houston Astros against Dwight Gooden got their run in the 5th inning. The leadoff double by Ashby, a single by Reynolds, a ground out by Doran, which scored the run. Mets came back in the bottom of the 5th with Strawberry's homer. Check swing, he went around, struck him out. Did not hang off the slider. Jesse Orozco gets the strikeout, 1 down. New York Mets have stranded only 2 in the ball game. That was in the 7th inning. While the Houston Astros have had more scoring opportunities in the ball game. Just a couple on in the 10th and 2 on in the 5th. And throughout the course of the ball game, they stranded 7. Orozco facing Glenn Davis, 0 for 4 in this one. Davis taking the pitch low and away, ball 1. Davis flied out twice, popped out and grounded out. 4 for 18 now in the series. Astros trying some of their own rally hats now as they've sitting with the hats turned inside out. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. The way this pitching has gone for both of these ball clubs in this series. Try just about anything at this point just to get somebody on base. Glenn Davis with a 1-1 count. Knight guarding the line at third base. Right-handed batter takes one down the gut. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Orozco 1-2, 1 down. 1-2 delivery. Strike 3 call. Got him on the outside corner.
Beautiful pitch by Jesse Orozco. Off-speed breaking ball. And did he ever pick off that knee-high outside corner?
Glenn Davis walks slowly back. 2 down. 2 strikeouts now. Kevin Bass coming up. Bass has had another good day. He's 2 for 4 at the plate. 6 hits now and 17 times up in this series. Bass, a switch hitter, will turn around and bat right-handed against Jesse Orozco. 2 down, nobody on. 11th inning, all tied, 1-1. Left-hander winds and fires. Fastball strike on the inside corner. Kevin Bass, 302 left-handed, 324 right-handed. 20 home runs. He hit 13 of those right-handed and 7 from the left side. 0-1 pitch. Down low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jesse Orozco, who finished the season strong, looking as though that slider was back in action for him after a tough first half of the season. 1-1 delivery. There it is. Strike called at the knees. And Orozco's ahead on the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jesse with a chance to strike the side out here. Into the windup, 1-2 delivery. Swung on a topper right back to the mound. Orozco to Keith Hernandez, and that's it. Retires the side in order. We go to the bottom of the 11th inning. 1-1.
Success. It's the name of the game. One way to be more successful is to rely on a dependable Motorola beeper from Message Center Beepers. With a Message Center beeper, your important people can get in touch with you whenever they have to. No more stopping to call in.
Santana and Danny Heap. Lee Mazzilli is going to come out of the on-deck circle. A pitch hit for Rafael Santana. Ray Knight will lead it off. Knight 0 for 3 in the game. Has flied out, grounded out, and struck out. Right-handed batter against the right-hander Charlie Kerfeld. 23 years old, who made his debut at Shea Stadium last year, and he's come a long way since then. He had a rough and rocky road in the first game, but he has become one of baseball's real good young relievers, and a free spirit at that. Kerfeld ready against Ray Knight. The delivery swung on and missed. Strike 1. Kerfeld appeared in 5 games against New York during the season, 6 1/3 innings, 4 runs on 7 hits. He walked 6 and struck out 4 with a 1-0 record against New York in relief. 0-1 delivery, a fastball in the outside corner, and the count is 2 strikes on Ray Knight. Bottom of the 11th inning, 1-1 score. Each team scoring in the 5th inning. Strawberry's home run, tying the ball game up for New York right down the right field line, just made it. 0-2 delivery, swung on a ground ball foul outside of third. You can bet Nolan Ryan will dream about that one no matter what happens here tonight, especially if the Astros should lose the game. Strawberry hit a line shot that hit the foul pole just above the wall, right in the 338 corner. 2-strike count on Knight. Mazzilli leaning in the on-deck circle now. Delivery by Kerfeld. Swung on a ground ball up the middle. Doran's got it. Second baseman makes the throw, and a great play by Billy Doran. Behind second base, backhanded it and made a perfect throw to Glenn Davis.
His running speed allows him to cover an awful lot of ground. With that speed, he went all the way behind second. Good play by Bill Doran. It looked like the Mets had their leadoff batter on.
Had a tough throw to make, but he set himself and rifled it over on the money. Lee Mazzilli pinch hitting for Santana with one down and nobody on. Mazzilli has picked up one hit in 3 times to the plate. Mazzilli batting left-handed against Charlie Kerfeld. Delivery to Maz. Fastball inside and low. Ball 1. Danny Heap, who is batting number 9, is in the on-deck circle. Heap came on to play left field for Mookie Wilson. The delivery. That's a strike called at the knees. Kerfeld keeping the ball inside on Mazzilli. Lou Mazzilli ended up the season with the New York Mets hitting .276, 3 for 17 as a pinch hitter for New York. 1-1 delivery inside, breaking ball, 2 balls and 1 strike. Ryan a run on 2 hits in 9 innings, 1 walk and 12 strikeouts. Kerfeld has already added a couple in relief. 2-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back. Kerfeld comes right back on him. Takes the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kerfeld, a real free spirit who makes a lot of headlines, loves talking to the press, doesn't mind the publicity at all. Relaxed pitcher now. 2-2 delivery. Just missed inside, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mazzilli will take the walk if he can get it. 3-2 delivery. Swung on a ground ball to first. Played by Davis. He'll go to the bag himself. And there are 2 down. He could not get it. 2 away, nobody on in the bottom of the 11th, and that will bring up Danny Heap. Houston Astros have now struck out 45 Mets. That sets a new National League Championship Series mark. The old one was held by the 73 Mets of 41 strikeouts in a series in the National League. Astros now have 45. Danny Heap. Delivery to him is a strike called. These Astro pitchers just continue to throw heat. Danny Heap hitting .282 on the season, 9 for 30 as a pinch hitter. Takes the breaking ball outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Heap has picked up a base hit in 2 times up as a pinch hitter in the series. 1-1 delivery to him, swung on, hit down the left field line. It'll be a foul ball curving into the stands. And Kerfeld's ahead on the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lenny Dykstra, the leadoff batter, waiting on deck. To go to the 12th inning, the Mets still have just 2 hits up there on the board, Murph, as they've been able to do nothing today at the plate.
Fantastic Astro pitching. Met pitching just about as good. The only difference has been in the strikeouts. And, of course, the Astros have more hits, but where the bottom line runs scored, it's been the same. And Jose Cruz leads off the 12th inning. Mets rookie Kevin Elster is now playing short. Santana left the game for a pinch hitter, Lee Mazzilli. Houston, 1 run on 9 hits, no errors. New York, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. Jose Cruz, 1 for 4, a single back in the 2nd inning. Left-hander against left-hander. Orozco starting his 2nd inning of relief work. Slider high and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Alan Ashby on deck, and then Craig Reynolds. Game tied at 1. We're now the 12th. Orozco siding in. Slider again, strike called. He went through on the swing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Cruz helped Jesse out on that one. That looked like it was going to be outside, but he could not stop that swing. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Jose batted .278 this year. 1-1 delivery High pop fly playable. In foul ground, Santana and Knight come together. Knight makes the catch. That's one man away in the 12th inning. Foul pop-up taken by Ray Knight on the warning track. And Alan Ashby will be the hitter. The veteran catcher one-hitted 4 times at bat. He scored the Astros' only run back in the 5th inning. He led off that inning with a double and later scored when the Mets just missed a double play. He came in on the force play. The RBI went to Billy Doran. So here's Alan Ashby, a switch hitter, turning around, batting right-handed. Orozco winds, swing and a miss, breaking ball, slider on the outside corner. He brought that slider in the back door, brought it in over the outside corner of the plate. Let's have the infield spread out straight away against Ashby. Ray Knight playing the line deep behind the bag at third. The 1-strike delivery, low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hard to believe, but the Mets have only 2 hits. And we're now playing in the 12th inning. Orozco in relief has now retired 4 in a row. His 1-1 delivery, low outside, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Roger McDowell getting ready in the New York Mets bullpen. Mets will have the top of the batting order coming up when they come home to hit in the bottom half of the 12th inning. Here's the 2-1 pitch. High foul fly. It'll go out of play. And Alan Ashby, the veteran backstop, who's been a tough hitter for the New York Mets over the years. He beat Sid Fernandez with a 2-run homer in Game 4. That evened the series at 2 games each. Orozco standing behind the pitching slab at the moment. Dykstra lined up straight away in center field and pretty deep. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Ground ball slowly hit. Tough play. Knight grabs it, throws off balance. Got him! Oh, good play by Ray Knight. That's the play of the day for the New York Mets. Marvelous play by Ray Knight.
Infield single, because if Kevin Elster has to play it, he just is not going to have time to make the throw. Knight came way over in front of the shortstop to cut it off, then had to make a running throw off balance. Got it a little bit high, but Keith Hernandez had room to stretch and still have the foot on the bag.
Now Dickie Thorne will bat for Craig Reynolds. They have platooned all year long with a left-hander in the game, Orozco. Dickie Thorne, a right-hand batter, will be standing in. He has pop in his bat. The pitch on the way. Misses outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Dickie Thorne during the year hit .248. Thorne had a home run in Game 4 of the series. Fastball outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Davey Lopes is out on deck. So if Dickie Thorne becomes a base runner, Lopes will bat for Charlie Kerfeld. We're playing in the 12th inning, and the game is tied at 1. The winner takes the lead in the LCS. 2-0 pitch. Down the middle, a strike called. It's 2-1. Right-hander Dave Smith is ready in the Astro bullpen. Now Orozco sighting in. Carter setting a target. Caught the inside corner, a strike called. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 40-year-old Davey Lopes waiting on deck. He's a tough hitter. Now the crowd will stand, hoping to see Orozco close out Dickie Thorne. Thorne is batting for Craig Reynolds. The windup by Jesse, the pitch on the way, just missed. Orozco thought he had him struck out. Jesse came off of the mound, ready to head for the dugout. It just missed, and to Dickie Thorne, the count is 3-2. Thorne, a right-hand batter with good power, and Orozco working very carefully to it. He almost had it. Almost does not quite get it done. And the count is 3-2. Carter setting the mitt. High fly, hit the center pretty deep. Playable, though. Dykstra under it, makes the catch. The inning is over. Now Kerfeld, the young right-hander, trying to relax himself as he stands on the mound. He looks in, he has his sign. The count is 3-2. Backman leading away. The pitch, Backman running. Foul ball back upstairs, out of play. Wally Backman was running on the pitch. He had a great jump. He would have stolen third had the pitch been missed. Mets are happy, though, to have Carter have another chance at it.
Davey just trying to prevent the double play in this situation on a potential ground ball. Has both base runners taking off.
Kerfeld really working on that chewing gum. Trying to get a little bit of relaxation out of it. Carter measuring out his stroke as he gets set back into the batter's box. Backman and Hernandez will lead away from first and second. 3-2 on Gary Carter. Here's the pitch on the way. And a ground ball. Base hit through the middle. Backman around third. Backman coming home. The throw. He scores. The Mets win. The Mets win. For New York. Carter, who was 1 for 21, hit a hard ground ball through the middle into center field. Wally Backman around third, coming home with a winning run. And the Mets will go to Houston, leading the Astros 3-2. And if you ever saw a jubilant ball club, it is the New York Mets right now. This was such a hard game, a classic postseason game. You knew the winning team was going to be unbelievably happy. They are just swamping Gary Carter. Boy, he recaptured the glory with that base hit after being so frustrated. 1 hit in 21 times at bat. And the crowd giving Gary Carter a tremendous send-off. He probably has never been happier. The Mets win it in the 12th inning. Final score 2-1. We'll be back with a happy recap in just a moment.
Albany Savings Bank has landed in Latham. Yes, you'll find our newest office on Route 9 north of Latham Circle with services like a loan center, drive-in teller, business accounts, brokerage services, night depository, Visa and MasterCard, and more. We recently landed in Loudonville, too, and at both new offices, you get free gifts for new savings accounts of $500 or more. Albany Savings Bank. We're more than a bank. Member FSLIC.
TriMark means savings for you. You can set the time to have your own sale. TriMark. Discount coupons, they come in handy when they come in the mail.
TriMark coupons save you money. Look for the Big Bright TriMark envelope in your mailbox for terrific savings and special offers. If you live in the Guilderland area, look for special savings at Carner Video, a free 1-year membership, a 6-pack of 16-ounce Pepsi for only $1.85 at Albany Beverage. Buy one dinner, get one at half price at La Stella Italian Restaurant. And get a gallon of 1% low-fat milk for just $1.39 at Mike's Deli. But only with your TriMark coupons. Look for your Big Bright TriMark envelope in your mailbox.
Savings for you. You can set the time to have your own sale. TriMark. Discount coupons, they come in handy when they come in the mail.
Bill Crenny has the best ride home afternoons on 1540 WPTR.
The final score in 12 innings at Shea Stadium in New York. The New York Mets 2 and the Houston Astros 1. This was a classic postseason game, Gary Thorne.
Magnificent baseball game. Fans roaring for Gary Carter, who comes out for the post-game tumultuous reception. Dwight Gooden and Nolan Ryan knocked up in a great baseball game, going 10 innings for Gooden, 9 for Ryan. Jesse Orozco, who has now given up only 1 hit in 5 innings of relief work, picks up his second win in this series. Orozco retired all 6 Astros that he faced in the 2 innings he worked, and the New York Mets get the enormous win to take a 3-2 edge to go on to Houston with a chance to wrap it up. They need now only 1 of 2 games, and Charlie Kerfeld takes the loss, giving up the 1-out single to Backman. The play that may have cost him the ball game, the throw to first base, when he tried to pick him off and threw it wild, allowing Backman to move down to second. And the New York Mets come away with a 2-1 win and a 3-2 edge in the series. Astros out-hit the Mets 9-4. The Mets stranded only 4 base runners in this whole ball game, and the Astros 7. The New York Mets took advantage of opportunity when it knocked, as they have done all season long. And while fame is fleeting, it is back in Gary Carter's locker as he gets the game-winning RBI again for the second time in the 5 games, and 2 of the 3 games the New York Mets have won. So it's on to Houston and a happy plane ride coming up. New York defeating the Astros 2-1.
And Gary Thorne will be along with his post-game show in a very few moments. Tomorrow, it'll be Bobby Ojeda trying for his second LCS victory and his 20th win overall. He'll be opposed by left-hander Bob Nepper, a 17-game winner. We'll be with you tomorrow from the Astrodome at 2:50 p.m. The first pitch will go at 3:05. New York Mets baseball is a production of WHN in conjunction with the New York Mets. Our producer-engineer, Dave DeAngelis. The executive producer is Mark Cooper. Now this is Bob Murphy with Gary Thorne saying good afternoon on the New York Mets Baseball Network.
Excuse me, are you SBLI?
Yes.
Well, you've got a big mistake in one of your ads.
Really?
This new SBLI group insurance.
Uh-huh.
It says if you're a savings bank customer, you can buy up to $200.
That moves Backman to second, and that leads to this. They walk Hernandez to get to Carter. His single up the middle brings Backman around from second, and that is the difference in the game.